Right. Welcome to the class. Can you all hear me online, please?
Good morning, sir. Yes, we can hear.
Right. Thank you very much. Uh, did we finish this one in full last time? There isn't much to discuss because it's so much of environmental things. And oh, yes. Uh, Yeah, we are moving on to a new sphere of thought as far as I would say knowledge is concerned, because now even during 20th century we have been talking about how to do business, right? How to make profits, highest profits, how to do your propaganda, right? Even to make a brand. Yes, even now that may be applicable, but still there are certain other concerns that matter a lot, no, rather than doing a business. That is what we have been talking since last week, and that is very well felt by the Sri Lankan people, right? And mostly you, because I have been lecturing the subject and we have been experiencing something disastrous, right, which urges us to look at new topics like this, right? Because sustainability and the topic that we are going to discuss today, circular economy, and on top of all we are going to discuss circular business models, right? Now earlier we were talking about uh, having inputs and doing manufacturing and making the sale. We have never been talking about what? We have never been talking about, yeah, recycling. On the other hand, we have not been talking about what happens to our product after the use, no? Whether it is a radio, TV, or what else. Right now, things like an ice cream would not have anything to, yes, anything to be left with, right? But even a pen, no? And how about a chair like this and desk like this? Yes, it may go for decades, that is very well understood, right? But even after decades, yes, you can just disregard a table, because yes, table might be used again and again, right? But what about chairs? We have seen so many chairs being disposed, yes, after use, because they cannot be used further, right? And if you go to a bus depot, right, there are so many buses left there without being proper, I mean, the mechanics or the engineers say that even that those bodies are coupled with a new engine, they can run. But have we taken enough measures to make sure that we make use of those metal slides, at least, no, the plastics, or even the seats, right? And we are maybe buying it from some other countries, and other countries means other resources. Other resources means burden on what? Environment. Burden on environment is what? We are depriving the resources for the future. And as per some religions, it is us that we dying and becoming again, or reborn again. So it is, after all, yes, it is us that we are, not the future generation, right? If according to those teachings, it is us who will be born again, or maybe some other creatures as well, right? And we are depriving the resources that, if we are born again, right, to be used by us. So we are actually spoiling and polluting and maybe, what can you say, maybe uh, hmm, yes, maybe saying no to our own future, our own birth, right? In that way. So those are the reasons that we have to talk about these things. No, I think your assignment number 2 is requiring a lot of thought in this area rather than my teaching and your listening here. You need to just think of yourself and add so many things. If I'm not mistaken, there are, yes, in my opinion, that is what is expected of a studentship, right? Rather than, of course, lecturers have to be deliver their what do you call the elements, right? And students have to absorb that. But on top of all, yes, there should be certain things that students shall be what pumping into the system of thoughts. No? Then only they will become thoughtful men and women in the future. Otherwise, if now that has been there in the Sri Lankan education system, no? Teachers, lecturers, right? They deliver, right? And people from this end, they take down notes and they go home, right? And somehow by heart, right? And vomit on the paper. That's all. And they think, I mean, many are of the opinion that this is education. How much you can gather and how much you can vomit on the paper is being tested even now. And those who can vomit properly, right, during the time period given, become doctors, lawyers, engineers, accountants. I mean, the real capable people may be out of the school. Now we see that, no, when you look at the business tycoons, right, or those who have been very successful in their professions, or maybe especially in business areas, have never received kind of a systematic education. What do you call that? Yes, yeah, how do you call traditional academic? Yes, yes, academic qualifications. So academic, even they have not even been recipient of this traditional education. They have been there for school for a couple of grades. After that, they started their own venture and became very successful. And it is because of them that world has marched, right, to this extent of success. Now, if you look at the medical side even, right, now there are machines. Now we all know that X-ray is a very old fashioned machine, but still is in use, right? But now we have PET scanners, MRI, fMRI. Now these have been developed. People who have received or not received academic exposure, right? And on top of all, people, now even you and I have the expertise or the education. If there isn't anyone to invest on our proposal, there won't be any development in this world. So it is because of the businessman, it is because of the entrepreneurship, it is because of the ventures that economic development has received this much of pace, and it is because of that our lifestyle has become this much comfortable and safe as well, no? And our mortality rate has gone down. I mean, health facilities have gone up, right? Because technology has contributed a lot, right? Now doctors, even Ayurvedic doctors, they go with a stethoscope and they are solely dependent on what? reports given by the Western medical science. They say that they have couple of medicine, of course they must be having, but even cholesterol, sugar, this thing, now they don't know the pulse checking, right? They are very well dependent on what? The allopathic reports. They don't have any proper diagnosis as such, in my opinion. No? If they have to claim that they are having kind of a medical system, there must be some way of diagnosis as well. But this diagnosis is solely dependent on what? Allopathic system, right? They look at your blood report, and blood report is very well connected to allopathy. No, allopathy is Western medical science, right? So that is how it happens. Now, Western medical science is developing because research has been done every day, is being done every day, no? And that research knowledge is passed to the next generation, and it goes as a venture or business model, right? So that's why it is preserving its existence, in my opinion. So on top of all, what matters is even now, if you take hospitals, they are a business. No, if you take hotels, they are a business. But we all know that waste disposed by all these industries. So, and if you take hotel industry, if you take hospital industry, right? They have their waste, and whether we have thought of, yes, any way of reusing, recycling those. Now, if you take syringes, no, how many syringes are disposed daily? If you take one Sri Lankan private hospital, we'll just forget about the government hospital. Now, have you ever come across with that they are trying to take it back into use by way of recycling? Of course, you can't use it again, no, right? Unless you do sterilization or something. Even sterilization is not going to work because that needle is already used. But what about the plastic piece of that plastic? We can use it, no? Has anyone thought here in Sri Lanka to do that? No. But what happens with this medical waste? It goes to our waste. If there is no management system, we bury or we dump it somewhere. So that's a burden. No. So the soil will get polluted, even the water, right? And in one day it will amount to have another natural disaster. Do you understand? Now you might argue, even without any intervention, there might have been natural disasters centuries ago. No, there might have been. We have read. Yeah, of course, there might have been certain disasters which are, yes, unavoidable, which you can't prevent. Yes, but the thing is, there are certain things that we can prevent. In my opinion, right, so many of these disasters are man-made, no? Because, yes, we do something on our environment, some impact is made, and that impact is giving a re-impact on the existence in the sense, yes, man and animal, that's all. So that is why we are looking at this circular economy is our lesson today, unless we have completed our, I think we have discussed these things, this carbon budgets. Now you don't have to buy hat. Anyway, you are not going to buy hat anything, no, right? In a way that is good in education, provide you get some knowledge into your system. දැන් මෙතන භයානක තත්ත්වය තමයි as students දැන් පාඩම් ඒ කියන්නේ වැඩ කරන්නේ නැති ළමයෙක් මොකක් හරි බොරුවක් කරලා යනවා. දැන් විභාගයක් තිබ්බනම් ඒ ළමයා සමහර වෙලාවට විභාගේ නාමයෙන් හරි වැඩ ටිකක් කරනවා. ඒ වගේ ළමයින්ට මේක භයානක භූමියක්. Because they don't receive any education. I am talking to everyone, right? You know that you will be evaluated on one presentation and one report, and all the stuff is there. So you just jolly well do your yes, pampering work and submit it. You know that there will be some pass or fail, that's all, right? I don't know whether you are going to receive any grades. As per this, it is pass or fail, if I am not mistaken. Have you his grading is there? Grading is there? Yeah, there should be. Otherwise, it is too lenient and too babyish, in my opinion, right? Because if somebody is not interested in this subject, they can just do and pass the exam. But what happens in, yes, in your profession at office, you have not received anything, so you are clueless about the subject area, right? Where your transcript would say that you have studied sustainable business models and all those things. So if in the time to come, if your bosses are asking, then yes, that's gone. I mean, you will be evaluated as someone who doesn't know anything, but your transcript says that you have studied, no? So that is what I want you to understand. So this now during my time, we were doubtful whether we have to study by heart even these graphs, because we don't know whether it will be tested on paper. But now it is otherwise, right? Other way around, because everything is on report and presentation, so this knowledge is there, right? So that's why you have to be very careful whether you study and do the work, right? Otherwise there are, yes, there are places that you can pay and get this work done, you know, right? If you go to internet, right, your assignment will be done by them, but you will be a void person. His manusek වෙන අන්තිමට ඉතින් ඔක්කොම right? But you have to pay for that, right? For you to pay, unless your parents have given you some money, you have to earn it, no? How do you earn? By way of a profession or business. So for you to do business, this knowledge is important. For you to do profession, this knowledge is important. But what do you do? With the lesser amount that you have earned, or maybe your parents have given, right? You give it to somebody else and get the work done and submit it there, and you don't know that you are what? Yes, you are spoiling yourself. And you have paid for the course as well. I mean, you are deceiving yourself. මං කියන්නේ ඒකයි. තමන්ව රවට්ට ගන්න වැඩක් කරන්නේ අධ්‍යාපනයේ නාමයෙන්ුත්. හරි. ඉතින් ඒ වගේ වැඩ කරන්න එපා. ඒවත් කරන්න පුළුවන් ඕන නම් මම ඉතින් කිව්වේ නැතුවට ඔයගොල්ලෝ දන්නවනේ. During my time it was not available as I see, because even the what do you call, we didn't have that kind of web approach. The web was there, but it was not that popular and the people were not offering those services, right? But nowadays it's a matter of just go and assignment, I don't know, even a PhD can be done, no? Yes, your PhD thesis can be done by someone else and you can get your PhD, right? ඉතින් එහෙම මං හිතන්නේ ඔයගොල්ලෝ අතර එහෙම කෙනෙක් ඇති කියලා. මොකද එහෙම ඉතින් එහෙම කරලා වැඩක් නැහැ. හරි. මේකේ ඉතින් මේක ඉගෙන ගන්නකොට පොඩි රසයක් තියෙනවා. හරිද? ඒ රසේ නැති කරේ ඕගොල්ලෝ නෙමෙයි, රසේ නැති කරේ අධ්‍යාපන ක්‍රමයේ විසින්. මොකද ළමයාට දාලා ඒ ළමයාව කරපුවාම මොකද්ද? ලොකු බරක් කරපුවාම ඉතින් අධ්‍යාපනයේ රසේ ළමයාට දෙන්නේ නැහැ. බරක්නේ දැනෙන්නේ. එතකොට ළමයි කරන්නේ මොකක් හරි වංගුවක් ගහලා මේ විභාගේ පාස් වෙනවා. So we can't blame students, right? We have to blame the system. But when you go to a country like Finland or Switzerland, I have been talking, right? The education is very different. They love to go to school. Yes, up to grade 7, because grade 7 is the year that they start their formal education with exams, little bit of exams. So people don't like, I mean, students don't like it, right? There are a couple of families that I know who are in Finland. They give me these these pieces of information. So I know how students like to go to school. අපි මන් දන්නේ ඔයගොල්ලෝ පොඩි කාලේ හරි ආසාවෙන් ඉස්කෝලේ ගියේ මන් දන්නේ. එහෙම යනවා අපිට ජොලි දවසකට රන්නේ. රයිට් සමහර දවස් තියෙනවනේ ඉතින් ඔය එක එක ට්‍රිප්ස් යන දවස් රයිට් මොනවා හරි උගන්නන්න නැති දවස් වලට අපි හරි ආසාවෙන් ගිය එක අනිත් ඒවට එහෙම ලොකුවට හරි ආසාවෙන්ද අපි යන්නේ දැන් ටීචර් ඉන්නවා මේ right, because I mean nothing wrong with us, because they have not been able to make sure that we come to school. Do you understand? Because this is a third world country and we all know that we are being punished, right? And we have a penalizing environment. So education is not something attractive. Education is something compulsory that we have to, if we want to live, we have to go to school, because otherwise we will get punished by the household people. If we go there, we'll get punished by the school people. That is the nature. So I mean, both home and school are made places of repulsive nature. අපි ආදරෙන් වැළඳගන්නේ වනේ නිකන් අයින් එපා කරපු දේවල් කරලා ඒකත් ඉතින් ළමයින්ට දොස් කියන්න බෑ පරම්පරා හැම එකකම අධ්‍යාපන ක්‍රමයට තමයි ඒක when you compared it to this thing. So now why I took that example, I have seen, I don't know whether anyone from international schools. Yes, where did you? Okay. Okay. I have seen in modern, I don't know about your age, your era. I have come across with some very recent syllabus. This kind of knowledge has been delivered in their textbooks, environmental concerns and all those things, right? So that is very nice. So we have been talking about this thing. Yes, ESG we discussed this one. Yes, we discussed this one as well, this one. Then we moved on to the circular economic model, that inputs are being used for manufacturing, then the final product is made and final product is reused for another product. And this is linear economy. This is what we have been embracing for decades, maybe centuries. Now industrial revolution is the turning point that we started business in this scale, which happened in 19th century, and it is because of that industries came up as big business. Even if you take food industry, we didn't have powdered milk, century, I mean 2, 3, if even in 1900, yes, maybe 18, yes, I don't know how it came into being. Maybe, if I'm not mistaken, it has come into existence somewhere in 20th century. So 19th century people did know about what? Fresh milk, right? And they did not know anything about cereal. They did not know anything about what? Powdered milk. They did not know anything about. They did know something about meat, but they did not know anything about processed meat, like sausages, bacon. Now we all know how vicious they are. So these are some outcomes of what? Right? Outcomes of industrial revolution. ඒ කියන්නේ මේ කාර්මික විප්ලවයෙන් පස්සේ ආහාර නිෂ්පාදනය කරන්න ගත්තා ගොඩක් බහුල විදියට එක එක විදියට කෑම ගන්න ගත්තා. ඒක තමයි දැන් අපිට ඇවිල්ලා තියෙන්නේ උදේ කෑම රජෙක් වගේ කණ්ඩානම් මඩම් කියලා බොරු කියලා ඕගොල්ලෝ ඉතින් කන්නේ ඒක ප්‍රශ්නයක් නෑ. හරි ඊට උදේටත් රජෙක් වගේ කනවා. ඔව් රැයට දවල්ටත් රජෙක් වගේ කනවා. ඔව් රැයට රජවරු 10 දෙනෙක් වගේ කාලා ලෙඩ වෙනවා. But but if you take centuries, I mean maybe 19th or 20th century early, people were not sick as this. They had, yes, epidemics. They were dying from what? Maybe, yes, chicken pox, and they had leprosy, no? But now because of technology and advancement in science, they are no more. But what happened because of the industrial revolution, we got what? Yes, we got these processed food items, including meat and all those things, right? So they came always with a what? Always with a, yeah, diseases are there. This process, yeah, side effects are there. They always come with a packet because they are packeted, no? So all what we know is what? Linear economy. Even if we take food industry, we take it from yes, biscuits, right? We take the ingredients. So how do you call? Okay, raw materials, and we process, right? And we use, and we throw the biscuit, yes, the wrapping, yes. We did not know anything about recycling until we came to know about recycling of what? Paper, right? So this is what we have been doing, especially after industrial revolution. So then මිනිස්සු තේරුම් අරන් තියෙනවා මේකෙන් දුවන්න බෑ කියලා ලෝකෙ. Right? Do you understand? Now this is the modern business thought that 20th century did not know. There were certain discussions, there might have been certain discussions during 20th century as well regarding this, but still, yes, this is what we all know as far as the subject area is concerned. This is circular economy, no? Right? So this is what we have been talking, and today actually this is not the lesson. We are going to this is lesson number 5 if I'm not mistaken, so we have to start number 6 and we might go to number 7 as well. So we know what circular economy, and we are now moving on to circular business models. ඒ කියන්නේ මේ චක්‍රීය ආර්ථිකය කියන එක දැන් අපි ටිකක් දන්නවා. හැබැයි මේ චක්‍රීය ආර්ථිකය තුල කොහොමද බිස්නස් කරන්නේ කියන එක අපි දැන් ඉගෙන ගන්න යන්නේ. What are the business models? No? In your era, we might not be talking about something linear. ඒ කියන්නේ දැන් මම මොකක් හරි manufacture කරලා මගේ disposal item එක right කෙන් මුකුත් කරන්න බැරි නම් right, we'll say it is a pen කියලා, right? දැන් pen හදනකොට මේ පෑන් හදනකොට ඒ නිෂ්පාදකයා හිතන්න ඕනේද දැන් මේක විසි කරන පෑන් වලට මොකද වෙන්නේ කියලා. හිත අද හිතන්න ඕනේ. අද හිතන්න ඕනේ නැහැ නේ. හැබැයි තව කාලයකට තව ටිකක් කල් වැඩි යනකොට yes, pen manufacturing will not be allowed unless you have your own plan to take the used pens back and do something on that, or else you have your own business to take it and absorb those used pens in order to do something from that. If that mechanism is not there in your business, your business registration will not be allowed in the time to come. Do you understand what I mean? එතකොට සොසේජස් හදනවා නම් මිනිහෙක් හරිද සොසේජස් අර පැකට් එකේ ඒ පැකට් එකට මොකද්ද කරන්න කියන එක පැකට් එහෙම නැත්තම් sausage will have to ඒක හොඳ කෑමක් නෙමෙයි මම මේ ගත්තේ very dangerous food මම නිකන් ගත්තේ කෑමක් ගන්න නා ඔය අර milk bottles කියලාමුකෝ ඒකට ගන්නවා නම් තියෙනනේ fresh milk bottle ඒවා තියෙනනේ yes what are the companies Cello is a newly established one. No? What else? Bottle, Highland bottle is there. That is anyway reusable. No, that's a what you call that's a glass bottle. No, අපි පොඩි කාලේ තිබ්බේ ඔය එහෙම තමයි. අපි පොඩි කාලේ ප්ලාස්ටික් තිබුණේ නැහැ. During my school time, yes, you have to drink and you have to give the bottle back. Huh? Yeah, Anchor has, no. And what else? Anchor, yes. Anchor is New Dale, no? Both are same. Rich Life is also there, no? So those are the brands, some of the brands. So they might not be able to start their fresh milk business unless they prove, yes, what are they going to do with the used bottles and how they are going to collect it. Right. Now for liquor, this is available, if I am not mistaken, for only for beer, no? Is it available for hard liquor? I don't know. For some, yes. Some beer, you can give the bottle back and get 100 rupees or something, no? Something like that. That is in a way, even the ingredient is controversial. They are making, yes, they are referring to what? Yes, don't know whether they did it purposely or else they did it as a way of promoting their business. Because if I drink one bottle beer and if I know that I will get refund, I go there and buy another one and give the so I will tend to go there. I don't know whether they have done it in that way or this way. I guess they have done it to promote their business. තොර මෙතන බියර් බෝතල් ටික දිනකොට අරන් යන් කියලා ගිහිල්ලා තව එකක් බොනවා 100ක් අඩු වෙන හින්දා. එතකොට 100 කියන්නේ beer bottle maybe around 700 something like that. So 600 එහෙමනේ මතක් නැත්තම් they have not done it to make sure that bottles are being reused, right? I don't know. They maybe, but in the time to come, whether it is beer or what milk, you have to make sure that this circular economy will be ensured in circular economic practices are being practiced in your in your business as well, right? So I think we discussed this thing, didn't we? Yes. Yes, we have covered that. So yes, everything we have covered, right? We have to discuss the assignment as well today. I wanted the printed version, that's why I put it after the break, right? So after the break, yes. Yes, any question from online, please? Can have a look at this. එතකොට දැන් මේ විදිහට ඔයගලන්ට හිතන්න වෙනවා අනාගතේ. ඒක නිසා තමයි දැන් ඔයගලන්ට එහෙම හිතෙන්නේ නැහැ. මොකද මේ දැන් ඉන්න මිනිස්සු එහෙම හිතන්නේ නැහැ. ඔය තේරෙනවා මම කියන දේ. ඒක නිසා දැන් මම ඔයගලන්ගේ වයසේ ඉන්නකොට මේ software අනම්මනම් ගැන අපි ලොකුට හිතුනේ නැහැ. මම මේ විෂය කරෙත් නැහැ. ඒක වෙනම කතාවක්. හැබැයි ඒව ඉගෙනුවා. මොකද වටපිටේ ඒව ලොකුවට කතා වෙන්නේ නැහැ. හරිද? තේරෙනවද මම මේ කියන දේ? දැන් මේව ලොකුවට කතා වෙන්නේ නැහනේ. හරිද? ඒක නිසා ඕගලන්ට ලොකුවට ඔලුවට යන්නේ නැත්තම් ඔලුවට යවා ගන්න ඕනේ, because you will have to live with these things in the time to come. Do you understand? These are the standards that will be followed, respected, and made mandatory in the time to come. Whether you like it or not. Why? Because environment requires that. So it is because of environment that we live this life of us, and if we are to live a peaceful life, yes, we have to make sure that we preserve the environment. මෙතන මේ කියමන that this is a golden saying, no? The purpose of business is to produce profitable solution to solve the problems of people and planet, and in the process of produces profits. You can see, no? So it is making solutions to solve the problems of people and planet, right? I gave enough of explanations and examples, and as a byproduct you can, do you understand, as a byproduct you can, yes, make a profit. හැබැයි දැන් මේක තමයි දැන් අනාගතවාදී ෆියුචරිස්ටික් නේ, අනාගතවාදී දැක්ම වෙන්නේ අපි බිස්නස් කරද්දී. හරිද? දැන් මේ ඉස්සර බිස්නස් කරද්දී දැන් අපිට ඕන කෑමක් හදලා මේ විකුණන්න පුළුවන්කම තිබ්බනේ. දැනුත් පුළුවන් තමයි ඒක, as far as that is a very household business, and if you are distributing it to a limited number of places. Now a food like string hoppers will not carry in what do you call expiry date and things like that. Still it is there, but in the time to come, in my opinion, that will also have some legal impact, right? Because we did not know anything about ඉස්සර දැන් කියන්නේ අපි කෑම හදලා ඔය පැකට් කරන්න නැතු පැකට් කරලා හරි නැතුව හරි කඩවල වලට දාලා නිකන් සල්ලි ගත්තා. හැබැයි දැන් ඒක කරන්න බෑ, because you have to register yourself, no? එතකොට අපිට කලින් පරම්පරාවේ නිකන් මගේ ඔයගොල්ලන්ගේ වයසේ ඉන්න කොටත් එහෙම ලොකුවට එච්චර තිබුණේ නැහැ, right? Now it has become mandatory. Legal requirement. මම මේක ගත්තේ ඔයගොල්ලන්ගේ, when you become managers, yes, these will be mandatory. So knowledge that you are receiving today will matter a lot in the time to come. Yes. Yes, I would like you to read this by yourself as part of the homework, right? Now we'll move on to so we have been talking about circular economy as an opening note. Now here the week number 6, so module number 6, so talks circular economy and business models. එතකොට චක්‍රීය ආර්ථිකයක් තුල නේ, රේඛීය නෙවෙයි චක්‍රීය ආර්ථිකයක් තුල අපි කොහොමද බිස්නස් කරන්නේ? What are the business model? මේ ව්‍යාපාර ආකෘති මොනවද? Do you understand what I mean? So for instance, I have been talking, so if you are manufacturing pens, now even today you can just manufacture pens and you can just forget about your disposals by your customers. You just forget about. but in the time to come, it is not possible unless you have a plan to what? Make sure that you take the used pens back and refill it. Refill it by yourself, or else you manufacture something else from that. If when that plan is not on, you can't do business. Simply you can't do business. අද එහෙම දෙයක් තියෙනවා. මේ bulbs. දැන් bulb ඔයගොල්ලෝ හදන්න පටන් ගත්තොත්. bulb හදලා ඒ මිනිස්සේ විසි කරාද මේ තරහකාරයෙකුට ගැහුවද ඒක ප්‍රශ්නයක් නෑ. ඔයගලන්ට ප්‍රශ්නයක් නෑ. හරිද? දැන් හැබැයි ඉස්සරහට එනකොට ඒ bulbs ටික එකතු කරන්න ඕනේ. එතකොට ඒවා ඉස්සරහට කියයි කැඩෙන bulbs හදන්න බෑ. You need to make it with some even today they are not that breakable, no? They come they are manufactured in a plastic texture, no, right? So you have to make sure that you collect it. එතකොට ලොකු ගානකට විකුණලා, I'm talking about business model. මොකද කරන්නේ? ලොකු ගානකට විකුණලා ලොකු ගානකට ආපහු ඊට වැඩි අඩු ලොකු ගානකට මොකද කරන්නේ? You have to take it back, right? බල්බ් එක 5000යි. So you buy it for, I mean, if you take in today's context 5,000 rupees, and after 1 year, after you have used, they will take it back for 4,000. හරිනේ? Fair enough. That could be certain what business models that you have මේක රැක ගන්න ඕන. මේ මොකද්ද පරිසරය රැක ගන්න ඕන නම් ඒ වගේ දේවල් කරන්න මේ. එතකොට සල්ලි නැති අයට බැංකුවෙන් ණයක් දෙයි මෙන්න බඩු ගනින් මේකෙන් කියලා. You understand? No, those things have to be there, right? So those are certain models. Can we have a look at the syllabus items? So what do you mean by the linear economic model? Circular, we all know that, right? Circular economic model, circularity principles, butterfly model, UNEP, sustainable solutions, case studies, business model innovation, circular business model, circular behaviors, right? Challenging in implementing circular practices. Now this circularity is there in our society, no? Now even if you take this disaster, now people showed their generosity, either for their show off or at least for showing off, or else they had their own values so that they showed their values of generosity, right? ඇත්තරම කරාවෙන්න. Now what happens? ඊට පස්සේ ඒක ලබන කෙනා දැනගන්නවා මොකද්ද? ඒගොල්ලන් that they are being helped, and when time comes he or she will also help back to another person, no? And that another person will help another person, and sometimes it might come to me if I were the original person to donate. So that behavior is there, even that circular behavior. නරකක් කරත් එහෙම තමයි. Right? Now stress, how stress is passed. Now have you ever been blackguarded by your bosses? Blamed? Never. Yeah, why? You know for sure that you have done no wrong, and even if you have done some mistake, it is a very minor thing that you have done. හරි ඔයගොල්ලන්ට ලොකු වැරද්දකට ඕඩර් බැන්න නම් ඒකට කමක් නැහැ. I'm talking about in many cases we don't make big mistakes, no? But our bosses, elders, teachers, they blackguard us, not compatible with the level of our mistake or wrongdoing, right? We feel it. මොකද වෙලා තියෙන්නේ? Circular, because on that particular day, maybe that teacher or whoever who has blackguarded maybe your boss might have been placarded by his or her spouse ගෙදර හොඳට හම්බ වෙලා ඇවිල්ලා තියෙනවා. So it is passed to you and you are passing to your subordinate, and that's innocent one is passing to another one. ඉතින් කොහේ හරි ගිල්ලා කො නතර වෙන්නේ නැහැ ඕක යනවා. Do you understand? Then the entire society becomes what? Stressed. ඕක තමයි ලංකාවේ වෙලා තියෙන්නේ. ඒක නතර වෙන්නේ නැහනේ. Right? Do you understand what I mean? Now, if a child is abused, right, during his or her childhood, ඔගොල්ලෝ හිතනද මේ වැඩේ එතනින් ඉවරයි කියලා? ඉවරද? අර චිත්‍රපටි කියලා තියෙනවා මේ I'm talking about circular behavior. ලංකාවේ ඔය මේ I can't remember that. What is that? තුන්වෙනි යාමේ. හරි මේ that is kind of a weird අපිට හිතා ගන්නත් බෑ ඒ වගේ චිත්‍රපටයක් 80 දශකයේ මුල් කාලෙයි කියලා. Weird sexual behavior, and that film shows why it was caused. That is because of the parental abuse, not intentional. හරිද? ඒ තාත්තා ඒ ළමයාට දෙන මේ abusive behavior එක as amounted in his behavior. There are two films, if I'm not mistaken, both are by Dharmasiri Bandaranayaga. And then එයා ඒව හැදුවේ ඒ කාලේ කොහොමද කියන්න මට තේරෙන්නේ නැහැ. I'm talking about early 80s. Early 80s, right? One is තුන්වෙනි යාමේ, the other one I can't remember, right? Both are available on the YouTube, right? You can watch them, right? එතකොට this circular behavior is there. So we are talking about circular economy which is not there. අපේ circular economy එක දැන්ට තියෙන්නේ මොකද්ද? කන්නවා, විසි කරනවා, මොකද්ද? ස්වභාව ධර්මයෙන් return එක අපිට දෙනවා. Right? So we are going to break that one and make our own circular practices on economy. Do you understand? අපි purposely circular කරන්න හදන්නේ. Right? Yes. Any question from online, please? Yes. Can we have a look at this while I take a break for 1 minute? Because I have been talking, no? Yes, please have a look at this and ask if there is anything. You going to make one? So at least read. Yes, online. Can you see the board, please? Yes. So these two are issues, no? We are consuming resources 50% faster than can be replaced. Petroleum, no? Right? We use in a pace of what? 50% that cannot be replaced. So by 2030, only how many years ago? 4 years ago. 4 years to go. I'm sorry. Our demand will require more than 2 planets worth of natural resources if they are to be met, and by 2053 planets of Earth, right? So, so this is the challenging situation that the mankind has faced. ඉතින් මේවා හැම ඉස්කෝලේකම දැන් උගන්වන්න ඕනේනේ. right? මන්ද ඉස්කෝලවල මේවා උගන්වනවාද කියලා. ඒ කියන්නේ මිනිස්සු ඉස්සරහට ජීවත්, if the civilization wants to go in a peaceful manner, these have to be taught, right? Yes. Is this clear? Online, We have talked about this, right? Because linear economy can't go further if we are to meet this. So we have to now we were talking about linear economy. Now we are business model development, right? So operations will have to undergo changes. Strategies will have to undergo changes. Even business structure and organizational structure may ඒවත් වෙනස් වෙන්න ඕනේ. I do understand. So maybe in for each and every unit of business there might be an environmental officer. There might be what recollecting දැන් අපිට එහෙම නෑනේ recollecting unless it is something like beer and what do you call soft drinks. Now the Alia Beema had this, no? Even today they have, no? But Coca-Cola doesn't. Coca-Cola, that glass bottle, is glass bottle still available with Coca-Cola? Glass bottle is there. So you can give it back, right? You have to give it back. And if you have, they will give some money for Coca-Cola. No idea. Yeah. Anyway, glass bottle is available, right? Yes. Now, during my time, these earlier bottles were just like having money. We didn't have, during my childhood, we didn't have, yes, I had, but even Coca-Cola was not that popular, right? So, to a certain extent, we knew this, right? So, here I think you must have heard of these things, no? Make a pestle එක දන්නවනේ? Pestle, no, anyone does not know from the online? Are you aware of pestle? Pestle දන්නේ නැති කෙනෙක් ඉන්නවනම් කියන්න. This is to analyze external environment, no? So you have to look at, you have to give more concern about what? Ecological or environmental matters in the time to come, right? And these ecological matters will also reflected in your political and legal environments, because law will require you to what? Adhere to this ecological environment, right? So meso picture, picture relates to understanding, that is market, you have to understand industry, competitive position, comparative advantage, supply chain, customers, possibility of existence, barriers to entry, closer environment. So these will have to be given much more concern in the time to come with the what? Business model development, because new business models will have to be developed and you have to rethink about these things, right? Then micro picture, your operations, cost structure, HR policies, employees, profits, financial statements, budgets. So for instance, you might have to have, yes, budgets allocated for recycling and recollection, reuse, all these. අද එහෙම නෑනේ, මොකක්වත් නෑ. පෑන් හදන තැන්වල බජට් හදලා තියෙනවද? මේ රීයුස් ඒවා නෑනේ. ඉස්සරහට ඒව ඔක්කොම එනවා. ඒකට ඒවට operations තියෙන්න ඕන. ඒවට costing එකක් තියෙන්න ඕන. Right? ඒවට HR policies, people will work for those, right? And you might be getting some profits out of that, yes. So financial statements must carry those operations as well. And yes, budgets have to be set, right? So is this very clear to you? Right. Hari, prashna tiyana ahanna. Have you ever been taught these things during your school days? I'm just asking. Yes or no? Nah. කියලා දීලා තියෙනවද කොහේ හරි? තියෙනවා. එක්කෙනෙක් කියනවා. You? Never. Right. So linear economy, I don't have to talk this again. This is very clear. They are repeating, right? AC is too much. What can I? He's 19. Right. Here They are showing the circular economy. Please have a look at that. This is too much in my opinion. Ah. Yes. So this is these are the actions that you have to take in what? Circular economy. එක්කො recycle කරන්න ඕනේ. හරිද? The waste or what is left after being used, right? Or else you have to make sure that you reuse, just like what? Bottles. Or repurpose. වෙන මොකක් හරි වැඩකට යොදන්න ඕනේ. Or maybe what? Remanufacture. You understand? So maybe the pens, I'm taking the same example, you can recycle and do something, right? Or you can refill the pen with a, what do you call, how do you call that tube, no? You can put a ink tube inside and yes, reuse. Or else you must be having some other purpose that you can use, maybe to, yes, I don't know, to have some holder, paper holder or something like that. So it can be, I mean, you collect it from your business, from your customer, and you yes, make that for paper holders or something like that, right? Or remanufacture. ගත්තා ආයි මේ මොකද්ද? ඒකෙන් වෙන මොකක් හරි දෙයක් හැදුවා. right? මෙන්න මොකක් හරි මේ sorry මේ ආයි පෑන්ම හදනවා. right? So this is these are the 4 actions that you can take, not you can take, you have to take in the time to come. So as business people, as managers, as business owners, you can't avoid this, no? Do you understand? So think of that you are carrying out a business of a gym. What happens after 10 years to your equipment? The other monocorona, I don't know. You, yes, somehow you call this municipality garbage truck and give some money, they will not collect those big waste, no? Heavy weights they will not accept, right? If I mean, if you are disposing something, maybe like what do you call a machine, a bench press machine, that after maybe 10 years calibration has gone out. මන්දන්නේ පාවිච්චි කරන ලංකාවේ නම් පාවිච්චි කරන ඇති පරම්පරාව right? But after certain amount of use you can't use it, no? Because that is that machine is not not possible to use again. So there should be something what that you give it to the manufacturer and get that calibrated, and yes, that you use it for the purpose of your customers. ඉතින් ඒක කරන්න පුළුවන් නම් එහෙම කරන්න වෙනවා. නැත්තම් ඒ manufacturer අරගෙන ඒක reuse, recycle මොනවා හරි කරන්න. Do you understand what I mean? Right. So I have been talking, I have been taking number of what examples from different industries.
Sir.
Yes.
Sir, මේක කොහොමද එතකොට services වලට අදාළ වෙනවද circular economy
okay, right, very good. The services වලට අදාළ වෙන banking. ඉතින් ඔයා service එක insurance, leasing, finance, what else services? Auditing. What else? Yes, what is it?
Consultations.
Consultation, broadcasting. what else? Even what you call coaching. මොකක් හරි දාලා තියෙනවනම් cricket coaching. ඒවා cricket coach ඕන එකක් ගන්න. ඒවා පොඩි පොඩි දේවල් තියෙනවනේ. Even though the main business is what? Service, you can't just give the service, no? Can you just give the service unless it is like a lecturer? ඒ මනුස්සයට ඉතින් මේව ඕනේනේ. Right? Your services will go with what? Material items. It could be tables, it could be chairs, what else? If it is cricket coaching, you need what do you call bats, balls and nets, right? Swimming pool ekanna who have these tiles, no? So those are the things. Have I answered your question? හරිද ඔයාගේ ප්‍රශ්නෙට උත්තරේ?
Oh, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yeah. As you said correctly, services might be in a safer position because they don't make use of what resources directly, but indirectly we can't say no to these resources because services are also involved with these things, no? Yes. So good that අන්න එහෙම ප්‍රශ්න අහන්නේ. හරිද? Yes. So number 1, recovers and regenerates maximum possible value from the materials and products at the end of their useful life, aims to extract the maximum value from the resources in the most effective way. The products, components and materials should be continuously add, recreate and preserve value. Forces rethinking of various aspects of production and consumption in order to minimize resources, right? So recovers and regenerates maximum possible value. And the resources ගන්නවා නම් ඒකෙන් මොකද්ද? උපරිම වැලියු එක ගන්න හදන්න ලෑස්ති කරගන්න. එතකොට වැඩේ වෙන්නේ මොකද්ද? වේස්ට් එක අඩුයි. හරිද? දැන් මේව නැතුව සෙල්ලම් කරන්න බෑ ඉස්සරහට. ගන්නවා නම් පෑන හදනවා නම් ඒකට දාන එකේ උපරිම ප්‍රයෝජනය ගන්න. උපරිම ප්‍රයෝජනය ගන්නයි කියන්නේ මොකද්ද? yes ඉතා මේ කුඩා ප්‍රමාණයකින් උපරිම නිෂ්පාදනයක් කරන්න. Do you understand? So generate maximum value from the materials at the end of the their useful time. Now when I hear this, හරිද ඉස්සරහටයි මෙන්න මෙහෙම දෙයක්. If you are manufacturing a pen, each industry will have standards. This is the maximum amount of resources that you can use. Even though you have money, you can't buy because you have to show your your how do you call compliance with your machinery, that I use only this much of amount to manufacture one pen. This practice is very important. How to make use of best out of maximum possible value, aiming to extract the maximum value from the resources in the most effective way. So without wasting, waste can be minimized so that you make use of that, no? The products, components and materials should be continuously add, recreate and preserve value. Those which we add, no, not the main raw materials, other raw materials have to be preserved in the best way. Forces a rethinking of various aspects of production and consumption in order to minimize resources. තව අඩු කරන්න resources අඩු කරන්න මේ හිතන්න වේ. So these are certain business not models, some business way of doing are there. So your design can be made in this way, your use and system. So this is circular economy principles. Calling that business will require to follow those practices. Make it right here. Now these are certain practices that you can't say no to, right? This is what these are some circular economy principle. Because they have blocked it, right? Design, use and system. So design out waste and pollution, right? Keep products and materials in use and regenerate natural systems. So we have discussed these things. No? If carried out extensively, the circular economy could be potentially reduce consumption of new. Same thing. Please have a look at this. Yes, anything that you want to ask? Yes. Yes. I will give this as not homework for you to study now itself, right? But before that, can we have a look at this presentation? Yes. Yes, this one, yeah. It's only 3 minutes, right? So she's talking about this bulb manufacturing and all those things. Same thing that we have discussed, but in a different way of presentation, right?
My work is easy because I use ClickUp. Here's how I keep track of all my tasks. I start by brain dumping everything I need to get done in a list view.
Here's an idea. What if you never had to buy a light bulb again? Instead, you lease light, like you lease a car or an apartment. It's just one idea that's part of the circular economy. Before we can understand the circular economy, well, it helps to define the linear economy. Most organizations today operate in the linear economy, which is based on a take, make, and dispose model. So, for example, a light bulb company takes resources, like glass or metal, to manufacture its products. The company makes the bulb and sells it to a customer like me who uses it. Once the light bulb burns out, I dispose of it. It's likely neither the company nor I will ever see that light bulb again. For a light bulb company to make money in the linear economy, it tries to buy materials for the lowest cost possible and to sell as many bulbs as possible. This model operates as if there are infinite resources, like glass or metal, in the world. But you and I know that's not the case. That's why the circular economy treats materials like they're finite. A company in the circular economy doesn't just recycle products, but maintains ownership of them all along. So the model looks more like this: make, use, and return. Let's go back to the light bulb example. Instead of buying bulbs, this office in London leases its light from Philips Lighting. It signed a 15-year lease for the service and pays a fee each quarter. Philips still owns the actual light bulbs and provides maintenance and replacements when needed, no extra cost. This model gives Philips the incentive to produce energy-efficient light bulbs, and it saves the office money with fixed lighting costs. It's a radically different business model that makes companies more like service providers than sellers of a physical product. And it turns out lots of companies are looking for ways to get involved. Take H&M, one of the world's largest clothing retailers. It's working on a strategy to become 100% circular. The company collects old garments in its stores and recycles them. Since 2013, H&M says it has gathered more than 55,000 tons of fabric to reuse for new garments. Some governments are getting on board with the circular economy too. The European Union adopted an action plan in 2015 aiming to make supply chains, you guessed it, more circular. This includes everything from production to consumption, repair and manufacturing, and waste management. The point isn't just to become more green and create environmental benefits, there could be economic benefits too. One report estimated a shift toward the circular economy in the EU could increase GDP by an additional 12 percentage points by 2050. But moving from the linear economy to the circular economy also brings costs. Companies would need to redesign their supply chains and products in order for them to be used again and again. Manufacturers might be burdened when it comes to the actual logistics of disposing and recycling. A recent report found only 22% of UK companies are trying to generate value from products that are returned for reuse, recycling, or refurbishing. It's estimated the cost of transitioning to a fully efficient reuse and recycling system across Europe could be as much as 108 billion euros, roughly $130 billion. Cost is one thing. Changing people's mindsets is another. And that's what it'll take for the circular economy to go from an idea to reality for everyone. Hey guys, it's Elizabeth. Thanks so much for watching. You can check out more of our videos over here. We're also taking
I came across one single presentation on this. It goes as a discussion between two professors. One is from Colombo, Professor Sirimal, what's his name, Abesing, and we'll run a little because they are talking about they're talking on the experience in China, right, of this particular subject matter of circular economy. So we'll not run the entire thing, but it is only two people who are featuring in the episode, but don't expect it to be very colorful as you watched the earlier one, right? Since I feel that it is this man is also talking about, no? Yes, you can run by yourself, right? Within Chakri Arthika Pravardhane Kirim, we have little knowledge sharing here as well. So I would like you to listen to this one, not in full, but we'll go a little
බව බුද්ධිමතුන්ගේ හා විශේෂඥයන්ගේ අදහස් ගැනීමට ඒ ශ්‍රී ලංකාවට උගත හැකිද අනාවරණය කිරීමට බලාපොරොත්තු වෙනවා.
So as far as now they are talking about the Chinese experience. Now China, they manufacture a plastic product for the entire world, if I'm not mistaken, unless for countries like South Korea, maybe some other countries, right? They are the giant. So think of the waste that they are making, unless they think of reuse, remanufacturing, reprocessing, right? If they don't think, it will first burden their own land. They have to think a lot than us. And they have to think of the regenerative what? Yes, power sources, right? Now they can't be further dependent on what? Petroleum and other once used resources. දැන් ඒක සාකච්ඡාවේ තියෙනවා අපි ගොඩක් වෙලා නේ පුනර්ජනනීය බලශක්ති පුනර්ජනනීය බලශක්ති what are the different types of yes regenerative energy sources. Yes, hydropower. What else? Hydropower. I අපි දැස්සිය අපි නැත්තම් ආයි දැස්ස වල ගියන්ටි කෙනවා. So I without much polluting the environment. Now the biological and parashakti how do you call sources? Mulas. So all about Wind. Wind, yes. Wind, over there, as you say, it is easy for us to talk, right? But it is very difficult for us to generate that much of energy from this regenerate. Right? That's why people are solely dependent on what? This petroleum and other sources, which might not be which might not be preventive on the environment. No, take now have you ever thought of that we can make use of these sea waves? I mean, there is an energy, created by the environment itself without human intervention. Again, all physics product and the kinetic energy, that so you can do some apparatus, you can do some gimmick there and get that dynamic force into what current or something. But they are very difficult and that's it. Okay. Cost is very high and you have to employ a lot of technology, right? So that is there. So here we are going to look at the experience in China in Sinhala, just because the other professor is a well-connected person. I can't remember his name. Right, he has been working for Chinese projects and he's going to talk on Chinese experience in Sinhala, right? So we'll listen to us maybe up to a couple of minutes so that we can get an idea, and at home you can run the episode in full and get an idea, right?
සාකච්ඡාව බල ශක්තිකරණය හා පරිසර ආර්ථික විද්‍යාව පිළිබඳ විශේෂඥයෙකු ලෙස ආසියානු සංවර්ධන බැංකුවේ සේවය කරන ආචාර්ය ප්‍රදීප් පෙරේරා සමග.
So he's one Pradeep Pereira and he is an expert in energy, especially regenerative, right? So this is Professor Sirimal.
කාලෙකට ඉස්සර අපි හිතුවේ සංවර්ධනය කියන එක පරිසරය කියන එකත් එක්ක ගැලපෙන්නේ නැහැ කියලා.
It is very good.
සංවර්ධනය වැඩි වෙනකොට එහෙම නැත්නම්
This is what we have been talking. Earlier we were thinking, yes, development and business from one side and environmental protection from the other side. Now they have to go, we have come to know that they have to go hand in hand. ඉස්සර මිනිස්සු හිතුවා මම එක්සර්සයිස් කරොත් ඕන තරම් ජරාවල් කාලා අවුලක් නැහැ. එක්සර්සයිස් කරාම ඇඟ බස්සගෙන හිටියාම ඇති කියලා. දැන් ඒවා ඔට්ටු නෑ. ඇඟ බස්ස ගන්න එක හොඳයි. හරිද? ඇඟ බස්ස ගන්න ගමඩි ඔය ජරාවල් කෑවොත් ඕන ජරාවක් කාලා හෙට ජිම් ගිහලා කරොත් මොකද වෙන්නේ? ඇඟ බහින්න. But it does not prevent you having cancer. You understand? Because you are taking crap into your body. You understand? Same way, in early decades, we have been thinking environment protection from one side and sustainable development from other side and business from other side. Now they are very well connected. So we listen. I'm not going to disturb you anymore, right? But ගොඩක් ඒවා එනවා මේවා කියනකොට ඔයගොල්ලන්ට කියන්න, but then I'm disturbing your continuous listening. Sorry.
දැන් වැඩි වෙනකොට ආර්ථික වර්ධනය වේගවත් වෙනකොට එහි අනිවාර්ය ප්‍රතිඵලයක් වශයෙන් පරිසරය දූෂණයත් වැඩි වෙනවා. හැබැයි දැන් අපි හිතන්නේ වෙන විදිහකට. සංවර්ධනය සහ පරිසරය කියන දෙක එකිනෙක හා සම්බන්ධ දෙයක්. ඒ වගේම එකිනෙකින් රැකබලාගත යුතු අංශ දෙකක්. මේ පිළිබඳව ගොඩක් දේවල් කතා කරන්න පුළුවන් චීනයේ අලුත් අත්දැකීම් සමග. මේ පිළිබඳව කතා කරන්න ප්‍රදීප් අද මේ සාකච්ඡාවට සහභාගී වීම ගැන බොහොම ස්තුතිවන්ත වෙනවා. මගේ පළවෙනි ප්‍රශ්නය ප්‍රදීප් නිතරම කතා කරන දෙයක් තමයි දැන් ආසියානු සංවර්ධන බැංකුවේ ශක්තිය සහ පරිසරයේ මේ ශේෂ්ඨවල ආර්ථික විද්‍යාඥයෙක් වශයෙන් සේවය කරලා ලොකු අත්දැකීම් තියෙන ලොකු දැනුමක් තියෙන කෙනෙක් හැටියට මොකද්ද මේ සර්කියුලර් ඉකොනොමි? එහෙම නැත්නම් සිංහලෙන් කියන්නේ අපි චක්‍රීය හරි සක්‍රීය හරි ආර්ථිකය. එහෙම නැත්නම් තව එකක් තමයි ඉකෝලොජිකල් සිවිලයිසේෂන්. මේවා මේ සමහර දේවල් මේ චීනෙට ඉතාම වැදගත් වෙලා තියෙනවා මෑතකදී. ඒ වගේම තව ලෝකයේ බහුලව කතා කරන දෙයක් තමයි ලෝකයේ සිද්ධ වෙන කාලගුණ විපර්යාසය. මොකද්ද මේ සංකල්ප වලින් අදහස් කරන්නේ අත්වශයෙන්?
ඔව් මෙහෙමයි. දැන් අපි ආර්ථික වර්ධනය වෙනකොට දැන් ආර්ථික වර්ධනය ගොඩක් වෙලාවට මේ සඳහාපවතින්නේ මේ පරිසරයෙන් එහෙමත් නැත්නම් ස්වභාවික සම්පත් ප්‍රයෝජනයට ගැනීම තුළින් තමයි ආර්ථික වර්ධනය සාමාන්‍යයෙන් පහුගිය කාලවල සිද්ධ වුණේ. ඒකට ආර්ථිකයේ වර්ධනය වෙනකොට අපේ පරිභෝජනය ස්වභාවික සම්පත් පරිභෝජනය එන්න වැඩි වෙනවා. ඒ කියන්නේ අපි කෑම ಜಾති උනත් අපි කලින් ගත්තට වඩා ඊට වඩා මේ පරිසරයෙන් දේවල් උකහා ගැනීමෙන් කරන මේ දේවල් තමයි ඉස්සරහට යනවා වෙන්නේ. ඒ කියන්නේ දැන් මස් පරිභෝජනය වැඩි වෙනවා, ආර්ථිකය වැඩි වෙනකොට එතකොට ඒකට අවශ්‍ය කෑම ಜಾති කියන්නේ සතුන්ට කෑම දෙන්න ඕනේ වගේ ඒවා වැඩි වෙනවා. ඊට අමතරව අපේ වාහන පාවිච්චි වැඩි වෙනවා, අපේ ගෙවල් වල පාවිච්චි වැඩි වෙනවා. ඒවට අවශ්‍ය අමුද්‍රව්‍ය එතකොට ලීඩ වර්ග, ලෝහ වර්ග ඒ වගේ දේවල් ගොඩක් මේ අපි පරිසරයෙන් ගන්නවා. එතකොට මේක වෙන්නේ මේ අපේ ආර්ථික වර්ධනය වෙන්නේ පරිසරයට යම්කිසි හානියක් කෙරෙමින්. මේක දිගටම මේ විදිහට පැවතුනොත් පරිසරයට බැරි වෙනවා අපේ මේ පරිභෝජන රටාව මේ මේන්ටේන් කරන්න. ඒ කියන්නේ ඒකට අවශ්‍ය දේවල් සප්ලයි කරන්න මේකක් නැතුව. එතකොට වෙන්නේ මේ අපේ මේ પરම්පරාවට නොවුනත් සමහරවිට ඊළඟ પરම්පරාවල් වලට ඒගොල්ලන්ගේ මේ ආර්ථිකය ඒගොල්ලන්ගේ පරිභෝජන රටාව මේ විදිහට දිගටම පවත්වාගෙන යන්න බැරි වෙනවා. එතකොට මේක අපව මේ දැන් ඔබට ගිය මේ ආර්ථික වර්ධනය අපව පල්ලෙහාට යන්න පටන් ගන්න පුළුවන් මේ වගේ තත්ත්වයක් යටතේ. ඉතින් මේක මේ නවත්ත ගන්න නම් අපි කර යුතු දේවල් තමයි මේ අපි මේ කරන මේ පරිභෝජන කරන මේ සම්පත් පරිභෝජනය ස්පෙෂලියෙන්ම මේ ස්වභාවික සම්පත් වල කරන පරිභෝජනය පුළුවන් තරම් එක්ක අඩු කරන්න ඕනේ. එහෙම නැත්නම් ඒවා අපි නැවත වරාවක් පාවිච්චිට ගන්න ඕනේ. ඒක තමයි මේ සර්කියුලර් ඉකොනොමි එහෙම නැත්නම් සක්‍රීය ආර්ථිකය කියන එකේ පදනම. ඒ කියන්නේ අපි මොනවා හරි දෙයක් පාවිච්චි කරනවා, මොනවා හරි දෙයක් අපි හදනවා නම් අපිට පාවිච්චි කරන්න ඒ හදනකොට ඒකෙන් ඇතිවෙන මේ බයි ප්‍රොඩක්ට්ස් ඒ කියන්නේ
අතුරු නිෂ්පාදන අපිට පුළුවන් ඒවෙන් තව දේවල් නිෂ්පාදනය කරන්න. එහෙම නැත්නම් අපි පාවිච්චි කරපු දේ පාවිච්චි කරලා ඉවරුනාම ඒකේ කාලය ඉවරුනාම ඒක ආපහු විසි කරන්නේ නැතුව ඒකේ තියෙන ඒ දේවල් ආපහු කාලා අරගෙන ඒවා ආපහු මේව කරන්න පුළුවන්. ඒ වගේ මේ තාක්ෂණය මේ දියුණු කරන එක තමයි මේ ඔය සංකෘත ආර්ථිකය කියන්නේ. මේව එක චීනේ ඒගොල්ලන්ට තේරුම් ගත්ත මොකද චීනේ ගොඩාක් මේ මුළු ලෝකෙටම අවශ්‍ය දේවල් හදන රටක්. එතකොට ඒක ගොඩක් ඒ මේ පරිසර හානිය ඒ නිෂ්පාදනයත් එක්ක තියුණු චීනයට. මොකද දැන් ඇමරිකාවේ යුරෝපයේ වගේ රටවල් වල උනත් පරිභෝජනය කරන පාරිභෝගික භාණ්ඩ ගත්තාම ඒවෙන් මම හිතන්නේ 75ක් විතර හදන්නේ චීනේ. එතකොට ඒවා හදනකොට තමයි මේ පරිසර හානිය වෙන්නේ. ඒවා මේ එතකොට චීන ජනතාවට තමයි ඒක දරන්න වෙන්නේ. වෙන රටවල් ඒවා පරිභෝජනය කළාට. එතකොට ඒක චීනේ දැනගෙන ඒකින්ද ඒගොල්ලෝ මේකෙන් වෙන හානිය පුළුවන් තරම් අවම කරගන්න මේ වගේ තාක්ෂණවල දැන් දිනු කරගෙන යනවා. අනිත් එක තමයි මේ චීනේ මේ ආර්ථික වර්ධනය පහුගිය අවුරුදු 40 විතර කාලේ තමයි චීන ගොඩාක් දියුණු ලෙස ගොඩක් වේගවත් ලෙස මේ දියුණු වෙන්න පටන් ගත්තේ. 1979 80 පස්සේ දැන් 2000 2005 විතර වෙනකොට චීනේ ආර්ථිකය ගොඩාක් වැඩි වේගයකින් 10% 12 වගේ අවුරුද්දකට වගේ වර්ධන වේගයක් තිබුණා. එතකොට ඒ කාලේ ඒකත් එක්ක ඇතිවෙච්ච පරිසර හානිය ගොඩක් වැඩි. ඒක චීන රජය දැන් තේරුම් අරගෙන ඒගොල්ලෝ මේ පරිසරයට වෙන චීන මේ කාර්මිකකරණයෙන් ඇති වෙන පරිසරයට වෙන හානිය අවම කර ගැනීමට ගොඩක් මහන්සි ගත්තා. ඒකට අවශ්‍ය ගොඩක් දේවල් කරනවා ගොඩක් ආයෝජනය කරනවා. ඒ කියන්නේ දැන් ගොඩාක් මේ පරිසර සාක්ෂරතා ඇගයීම් කරන ඒවා රෝමයෝ ගොඩාක් මේ වගේ දේවල් ගොඩක් දැන් මේ
දැඩි ලෙස ක්‍රියාත්මක කරනවා. ඉස්සර වගේ ලේසියෙන් ඒවා කරන්න දෙන්නේ නැහැ. දැන් ඇත්තටම දැන් චීනේ මේ ප්‍රොජෙක්ට් වගේ කර්මාන්තයක් පටන් ගන්න නම් ගොඩාක් ඒ වගේ අගයීම් කරන්න ඕනේ. ඒ වගේම පහුගිය කාලේ වෙච්ච මේ හානි දැන් මකා ගැනීමට ඔය මේ පරිසර ආපහු රීජෙනරේට් කරන්න, ඒ කියන්නේ එහෙම නැත්නම් එන්වයරන්මන්ටල් රෙස්ටොරේෂන් වගේ දේවල් කරන්න ගොඩාක් මේ දස්වල මේ ආයෝජනය කරනවා. ඒකම මේ කාලගුණ විපර්යාසය කියන එක චීනය විතරක්ම වෙච්ච දෙයක් නෙමෙයි. ඒකට මුළු ලෝකෙම වගේ කියන්න ඕනේ. මේ කාලගුණ විපර්යාසය වෙන්නේ ගොඩක් වෙලාවට මේ එනර්ජි එහෙම නැත්නම් බල ශක්ති මේ පරිභෝජනයත් එක්ක. මොකද අපි ගොඩක් වෙලාවට මේ පොළවෙන් ගන්න ෆොසිල් ෆුවල් එහෙම නැත්නම් කියන්නේ දැල්ලබුරු තෙල් එහෙම නැත්නම් ස්වභාවික වායු ඒ වගේ දේවල් පාවිච්චි කරනකොට ඒකේ තුරුපලේ හැටියට යන්නේ කාබන් ඩයොක්සයිඩ් දැන් ඉස්සර තිබුණේ 300 කියන්නේ මේ මිලියනයකට 300ක් දැන් ඒක 420කට විතර වැඩි වෙලා තියෙනවා. කාබන් ඩයොක්සයිඩ් මේ වගේ වැඩි වෙනකොට ඒකෙන් ඇති වෙනවා මේ ග්‍රීන් හවුස් ගෑස් ඒ කියන්නේ අර ඒක තුලින් උෂ්ණත්වය වැඩි වෙන්න ගන්නවා. උෂ්ණත්වය වැඩි වෙනකොට මේ ඔය මේ මුදේ තියෙන මේ මොනවද මේ ආර්ක්ටික් ඇන්ටාර්ක්ටික් වල තියෙන ග්ලේෂියර් ඒව දිය වෙන්න පටන් ගන්නවා. ඒව දිය වුණාම වතුර ලෙවල් එක වැඩි වෙනවා. එතකොට මේ පල්ලෙහා මට්ටමේ තියෙන ලංකාවේ වුණත් මේ මූදුබඩ පැති යට වෙන්න පටන් ගන්නවා. ගංගාවල් ඇතුළට මුතු ජලය එන්න ගන්නවා. එතකොට ඒවා මේ දුම් රහ ඇති වෙන්න ගන්නවා. එතකොට ඒවෙන් ගොඩාක් ප්‍රශ්න ඇති වෙනවා. ඒ වගේම කුණාටු මේ මොනවද කාන්තාර ඇති වෙනවා. සමහර රටවල ඒවා ගොඩක් ප්‍රශ්න ඇති වෙනවා. ඒවෙන් මිනිසුන්ගේ ජීවන තත්ත්වයන් වලට බාධා ඇති වෙනවා. ඒක චීනය විතරක් නෙමෙයි මුළු ලෝකෙම මේ රටවල් වල එනර්ජි පරිභෝජනයේ හින්දා වෙච්ච දෙයක්. බෙද මේ වෙනකොට ලෝකෙ වැඩියෙන්ම එනර්ජි පරිභෝජනය කරන්නේ කියන්නේ බල ශක්ති පරිභෝජනය කරන රට චීනය. චීනය 28% විතර ලෝකෙම වන මේ කාබන් ඩයොක්සයිඩ් එහෙම නැත්නම් මේ කාබන් ඩයොක්සයිඩ් මේ වායු ගෝලයට මුදාහරිනවා. ඒකින්ද චීනය මේක කන්ට්‍රෝල් කරන්න ගන්න මේ ඇක්ෂන්ස් ගොඩක් මේ වැදගත් මුළු ලෝකෙටම. චීනය විතරක් නෙමෙයි අනිත් රටවලුත් ඒක කරනවා. ඉතින් චීනෙත් ඒක ඒගොල්ලන්ගේ වගකීම ඒගොල්ලෝ තේරුම් ගන්න තියෙනවා. ප්‍රධාන ආර්ථිකයක් හැටියට ඒගොල්ලෝ මේකට කටයුතු කරන්න ඕනි කියලා දැන් චීනය මේ ළඟදී ප්‍රතිඥාවක් දුන්නා. ඒගොල්ලන්ගේ කාබන් ඩයොක්සයිඩ් මේ එමිෂන් බිඳුවට බස්සනවා කියලා 2060 දී. ඒ වගේ ගොඩාක් මේ ඒගොල්ලෝ එකට කටයුතු කරගෙන යනවා.
දැන් මේ තිරසාර සංවර්ධනය කියන සංකල්පයත් එක්ක බොහොම බැඳිලා තියෙනවා මේ පරිසරය කියන එක. ඒටි අපි අදහස් කරන අත්දැකීම් අපේ සංවර්ධනය අනාගතයේ පරපුර සඳහා අපේ ඉදිරි පරම්පරාව සඳහා අපේ පරිසරය ආරක්ෂා කරගත යුතුයි කියලා. හැබැයි මේ කාලගුණ විපර්යාසات එක්ක වෙලා තියෙන්නේ අපිටම අපේ පරම්පරාවටම අද සිද්ධ වෙලා තිනවා අතීතයේ වැරදි වලට ගෙවන්න. මම හිතන්නේ මේක වැදගත් දෙයක්. මොකද්ද මේ චීනය වගේ රටවල් මේ පිළිබඳව අරගෙන තියෙන ක්‍රියාමාර්ග? මොකද අපි දන්නවා චීනය කියන්නේ ඉතාමත්ම විශාල වශයෙන් කාර්මීකරණය වෙච්ච රටක්. ඒ වගේම මේ කාර්මීකරණයේ මුල් අදියර තුල මේ වේගවත් ආර්ථික වර්ධනයේ මුල් අදියර තුල චීනයේ පරිසර දූෂණය, වායු දූෂණය කොහොම ඉහළ මට්ටමට ගියා ඔය ප්‍රධාන නගරවල. බීජින් නගරේ පවා උදේට විශාල දුමක් තියෙනවා. එකිනෙකව හඳුනා ගන්න බැරි තරම් ඒ තරම් ඉහළට ගිය පරිසර දූෂණයක් චීනෙ තිබුණා. හැබැයි හදිසියෙම චීනය පියවර ගත්තා මේවා වෙනස් කරන්න. ඒ කියන්නේ පරිසරයට ලොකු අවධානයක් යොමු කරන්න පටන් ගත්තා. මොකද්ද ඔබේ අදහස මේ?
උද මෙහෙමයි දැන්
sound is anyway coming back, right?
ප්‍රදීප් මේ මයික් එක මියුට් වෙලා.
Right.
ආයෙ පටන් ගන්න උත්තරේ.
So it's a nice, in my opinion, that's a very educative piece of episode. ඉතින් ඔයගොල්ලන්ට මේ අධ්‍යාපනය ආරෙන්න මේ වගේ දෙයකට වෙන හිත යොදන්න හිතෙන්නේ නැහැ. Unless it is educational purposes, right? So at least in the name of education, you can just listen to them because both are experts in their respective areas, especially if you buy Sunday Times. Anyone buying Sunday Times? No one. Those who buy at least one newspaper per week at home, even, what is the Sunday Observer that you can't remember even the paper your father buys. Huh? Now you can see the habit. එක පැත්තකින් ඒක හොඳයි in a way. Now no one is buying single newspaper even for 1 week. ඉස්සර මිනිස්සු කොහොමද හැමදාම නේ daily. Even if you come across with some old people, they might be, now for instance my uncle, I mean without paper he doesn't feel that the day is complete or day is starting at least. Right? Now what happens? Yes, if you are going to be in a business of newspaper, you have to make sure that you collect it back. Do you understand? The business itself will have to. Now, for a paper like industry, it may not be that stern, that may not be that strict, because anyway those papers will be reused. No, right? Do you understand? Now you are given piece of cake and what? Cup of tea. Contain. Yes, Nestle or Nescafe will have to make sure that it will be reused, otherwise they can't do the business here. I mean, that should be. Otherwise this environment can't go like this, because it will boomerang on us. It has been happening, no? Right? Now that's what these two gentlemen are also talking. Why I took Sunday Times? It just came up, right? Because Professor Sirimal Abesinghe is a writer. Yes, constant, regular writer. You can read. Even me nikan episode dekak balan innawa wage me reading. Reading is very different, right? And make ogollo hitanne epa danuma me what do you call from this from this machine created screen and the paper created reading are the same. They are not the same, right? So please, you can be a recipient of their knowledge. They are good writers. And one Javed Yusuf, he's a lawyer. His writing is also superb, right? I'm talking about Sunday Times. I'm not that recommending other papers, because some other papers are politically motivated. So I don't want you to be a recipient of lopsided information, right? It does not mean that Sunday Times is fully independent, but in my opinion, to a certain extent, yes, they are independent, right? So that is it, right? In Sinhala, what I recommend is, there might be some papers, but in my opinion, if you can read this weekly paper, Anidda. Has anyone heard of Anidda? අහලවත් නෑ. පත්තරයක් තියෙනවා දන්නෙත් නෑ. That good writing, right? And to a certain extent they are independent. අනික ඒවා තමයි ටැබ්ලොයිඩ් එකනේ ඔයගොල්ලන්ගේ අම්මලා නංගිලා අක්කලා ටක් ගාලා බලන්න අර නළුනිලියන්ගේ විස්තර තමයි. දැන් ඒකවත් ගන්න නැහැ නේ කිව්වලට ඒක දන්නෙත් නැහැ. මොකද නළුනිලියන්ගේ විස්තර ගන්නවා නම ගැහුවා බලන්න මොකද එයා කරන්නේ අරගෙන මේකද කියලා. So everything is there, right? So those are differences in behaviors as well, right? හැබැයි කියවන එක නම් නතර කරන්න එපා. That is very different. I told you, no, there are so many episodes on YouTube. What are the habits of successful people? Everyone includes what? Reading as one of those habits. And generosity. ඒක තියෙනවා. එහෙම තමයි මිනිස්සු සන්තෝෂ වෙන්නේ. කියන්නේ වැදගත් මිනිස්සු සන්තෝෂ වෙන ක්‍රම තමයි මොනවද? Yes, reading, yes, being generous, sports, music, right? There are so many other things that you can go for you to have, yes, very what do you call temporary entertainment. You can have alcohol, you can have opposite sex, of course, yes, unless a person is lesbian or homosexual. ඒවත් ඉතින් hobbies තමයි සමහර අයට. ඔයගලන්ට ඕනෙම නම් ඕවා කරපු කෙනකින් අහලා බලන්න. They started with lot of happiness. What is the hormone? In dopamine. ටග්ගල ගලනවා. ඊට පස්සේ ඒක නැතුව බැරුව යනවා. But reading is not that. Reading will make kind of I would say an can't say academic happiness, kind of a very high level of happiness that you generate, because you read by yourself and you generate some intellectual capacity inside you. හැබැයි මේකේ තියෙන ලොකුවට අහන් ඉන්න එක හොඳයි. හැබැයි මේකේ තියෙන ටෙලිනාට්ටි බැලුවයි කියලා එහෙම එන you will not develop any intellectual capacity. You understand what I mean? Right. Can we stop for tea and come back maybe after 15 minutes? දැන් ගොල්ලන්ට දකින්න තැන මතක් වෙන්න ඕනේ reuse බඩු තියෙන හැටි නේ. මේක දැක්කම හීනෙනුත් පේන්න ඕනේ. හරිනම් මේ පාඩම ඉවරුනහන් පස්සේ. හරිද? මිනිස්සු හැරෙන්න අනික හැමදේම මිනිස්සුයි maybe the coffin, no? Other than coffin and yes, dead bodies cannot be used, right? Other than them, yes, all the others will have to be having some after use after use what can we say after use utility, ප්‍රයෝජනතාව නැත්තම් පාවිච්චියක් තියෙන්න වෙනවා ඉස්සරහට යද්දි. ඒක තමයි මට ඕගොල්ලන්ට දැන් දෙන්න තියෙන දර්ශනය. හරිද? ඒගොල්ලෝ බොසස්ලා වුණාට පස්සේ ඒ දර්ශනය බිස්නස් එකට ගෙනිච්චොත් ඕගොල්ලොත් ගොඩ ආයතනයත් ගොඩ, සේවකයොත් ගොඩ, රටත් ගොඩ. අන්න ඒක මතක තියාගන්න. ඒ විදිහට හිතන කෙනෙක් එනවා කියන්නේ රට විතර නෙවෙයි ලෝකෙත් ගොඩ, because now they are contributing towards the ecological system and making profit. Okay, we'll take a break and start from there. Yeah, any question before we break for tea online? Right. Okay, we'll take the break and come back, right? We have to talk about the assignment. Discuss the assignment. Right. Can we start? Yes, online. Can you hear me, please?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yes, right. So we are going to discuss before we start the rest. We are going to have a look at the assignment, the most wanted material, right? I hope you have the assignment. I can give one copy, maybe. You have the access? Yes. Anyone who doesn't have? So this is the assignment number 2, and first page, mode of submission. I don't have to talk about that. No, that is a technical relationship between you and the university, right? Yeah. So weighting is 80%. We all know that. Assessment level, generic assessment criteria, element learning outcomes, that is subject materials that we teach here. Marking approach, fine graded, feedback release date 2/2. Yes, you will get your results latest by 2nd February next year. Student supports is there, right? Assessment, I'm reading page number 2. Assessment task detail and instructions, you can read by yourself. Right? Yes, please have a look at that. Introduction, 300 words, 10%. Right? Set out aims, provide, right. Okay, literature review. Tama assignment eකට ආවේ නැහැ. We are talking about the side businesses, right? Literature review, 30%. So I think you have been lectured on how to do literature review and all those things, no? Before we start. So follow those instructions. Your review should be discussed UN Sustainable Development. Yes, explore at least one additional theme from module, such as, yes. So you can refer to our module contents as well. And 150ක් කෙන එක තියෙනවා practice. So here what they say is the main body of the assignment, no? So apply theory to practice, focusing on one industry sector. Theory මොනවද? theory තමයි මේ කතා කරගෙන යන්නේ. හරියට මේගොල්ලෝ දාලා නැහැ. The way that they have presented is not that amicable, I would say. හරිද? නිකන් පොල්ලෙන් ගහලා වගේ තියෙන්නේ මේක, right? So you have to first select a sector. What is that? Fashion, finance, IT, sport, energy, transport, construction, what else? Entertainment, anything. What else? Manufacturing, garment, is fashion, yeah, garment. Education is there. Education not there, no? Right? And step, you can select Oxford if you like, right? Step number 1, sector overview. Describe the sector briefly and explain its relevance in the context of sustainability and responsible business. So if you are going to select fashion, for instance, describe the sector. පොඩ්ඩක් ඒ ගැන sector එක විස්තර කරන්න. 1500යි තියෙන්නේ. Right? And explain the relevance in the context of sustainability. How sustainability is important. Highlight why it is important to examine this sector. Example, scale of environmental impact, supply chain complexity, social challenges, regulatory pressures. Why you have selected. So that is to consume 1500 words. එතකොට මේකේ දෙකක් තියෙනවානේ. You have 2 segments. So maybe 7 since they have not compartmentalized the 1500, I don't know which part should be given more emphasis on. They should have been, I mean, you should have been given, yes, for this part maybe 700 and this for 800. Likewise they should have given, but they have not given, so we can assume that what you have to consume equally, unless you are of the opinion no, you are going to use 500 for first one and 1000 for the next one. You have to decide that, right? Then you, from the industry, if that is finance that you have selected, select 2 companies within this sector, right? If you have selected finance, what you have to, yes, select LOLC, People's Leasing. Analyze them. How? Describe the situation focusing on sustainability ethical dimension. What are they facing? Analyze the case using relevant theories and frameworks, stakeholder. And number 3, evaluate lessons learned, drawing out broader implications for managers, policymakers. ඒගොල්ලන්ට තේරෙන්නේ මේ assignment එකේ අපි කතා කරන ගොඩාක් වැදගත් වෙනවානේ. Even in what? This subject area that we are just talking of. Do you understand? So your analysis should be balanced and critical, supported by academic literature. Then the conclusion, 10%, 300 words. Summarize your key finding from both the literature review and case studies. Reflect critically on the overall state of sustainability and responsible business today. Suggest possible future directions and implications for organization practitioners. Yes. Now, we have to understand one thing. මේකට දාන්න ඔක්කොම ඒවා තාම උගන්වලා නැහැ. But there isn't any reason. There is no reason for you to wait until I finish everything, because by the time they finish, it will be January 2nd and you have to submit on January 3rd. So දවස් 3කින් ඔයගොල්ලන්ට කරන්න බෑ මේ වැඩේ. So start from today and මේ කරන ටිකට එකතු කරන්න තියෙන හැමදාම ටික ටික. දන්නේම නැතුව ජනවාරි 5 වෙද්දි වැඩේ ඉවර වෙලා තියෙයි. You understand? Okay, any question from online before I take questions from offline? I would like to have anything that you would like to ask, something on the assignment. Now is the time.
Sir,
Yes.
අපි ඉන්ඩස්ට්‍රීස් ඒ කියන්නේ අර එක්සැම්පල් කම්පැනිස් සිලෙක්ට් කරගත්තී ඉන්ටර්නැෂනල් ඒවා වෙන්න ඕනේද අපිට ලෝකල් ඒවා සිලෙක්ට් කරගන්න පුළුවන්ද?
පුළුවන්නේ. Because no barrier as such.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
They have not specified as such, no? Unless Canvas says something else. Does Canvas say that you can't select local companies? Is there anything? No, no? That's a good question anyway, no?
Sir,
Yes.
what about the word count? Can we like go beyond 3,500 words?
Yes. What is the recognized practice is 10% is allowed, no? Either less or more. 10%. So full count is 3,000.
3,500.
So 350 less or more is allowed. So don't go for less, use more.
All right.
Right.
Okay.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
Sir, මට දැනගන්න ඕනේ introduction එකට companies දෙකේම මේ introduction එක දැම්මට කමක් නැද්ද?
Wait. You are talking about the first මෙතන තියෙන එක නේ?
ඔව් sir අර කිව්වේ companies දෙකක් අපි අරගෙන එක
Oh, ek set out the aim, scope and structure of your report. provide brief context for why this topic is significant in the contemporary. You don't have to talk much about the companies there, no? Harida, do you understand? The
Yes,
companies
sir.
වල ලොකු සෙල්ලම් දාන්න යන්න එපා, because 300 set out the aim, scope and structure of your report. ඇයි මේම report එකක් ලියන්නේ? මේ එක දිහා බලපුවම report එකේ හේතුව එන්න ඕනේ.
සර් ඒ කියන්නේ brief introduction එකක් දෙන්න ඕනේ අපි select කරන companies ගැන.
ඒක එන්නේ not number, that is coming under number 3. Yeah. Oh,
okay.
දෙකටම දාන්න. That is coming
Thanks.
under number 3, right?
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Right, okay. But you don't waste too much of then company ගැන ලියන්න ගත්තොත් තුන්දාම ලියන්න පුළුවන්. So make sure that you confine your words so that you are not depriving yourself by losing the word count. Ne? Do you understand? ඒ වැඩ මුකුත් කරන්න බැරි අය තමයි ඒක ලියාගෙන යන්නේ. Right? Okay. Good that you have asked, right?
Sir, even though the assignment says 3,500 words, the breakdown it's adding up to 3,000 words, sir.
Breakdown 3, 1,200, 700. Yeah, so that is a mathematical error. That is approximately. Do you understand what they say? They have this symbol. This how do you call that symbol? Approximately, no. So you can go up to 3,500, right? කොහෙද 3,500 කියලා තිබ්බේ? Where does it how do you know that it is 3,500? Can someone tell? Yes, 3,500. You said 3,500. Where do you get
on
that?
The assignment heading itself, sir? It says element written report 3,500 words.
Where do you get that is assessment format? කොතනද ඒක තියෙන්නේ? Find it නැද්ද? නැද්ද? Yes, can you tell me again where did you find it?
Heading, sir. Assignment heading.
Assignment heading. It's in this thing, no? Right. Yeah. 3,500. Right. Then go for 3,500 because what they say is this is approximately what I have to tell you, because it says 3,500 as yes, Canvas says 3,500, and the boy who talked to us correctly pointed out that it is only 3,000 when you count when you add up the segregated work, no? So you can go up to 3,500, right? Don't go up to 3,500 plus the 350. 3,500 හරියෙන් ඉවර කරගන්න. Do you understand what I mean? So 3,500 හරියෙන් ඉවර කරගන්න. Don't add 3,500 plus 10% යන්න එපා. Right? Because they have shown us approximately 300 for 900 නේ. එතනින්ම ගිහිල්ලා ඔය 3,600 හරියෙන් ඉවර කරගන්න. දැන් ඒ වචන පොඩ්ඩි කොටසේ වැදගත් දේවල් ලියන එකයි අභියෝගී. right? නැත්නම් ඉතින් හැලි දැම්මොත් ඉතින් ඔයගලන්ට මන් දන්නේ cut and paste is now not allowed, no, right? Because you will be detected, no, because you have to undergo, or your assignment will undergo all the scrutiny processes, no. What are they? One is I can't remember. What are they? One is that yes, software, and this software, this thing, that thing, and when you have submitted, when we are correcting, all those detection percentages are shown to us. හරි ඒතර මාක් කරනකොට අපි දන්නවා මේ ළමයා කොහෙද ඉන්නේ කියලා, and there is a cage for us to mark whether this student is suspicious of a serious academic misconduct. ඒතර අරකේ percentage එක වැඩි නම් we have to tick it as yes. ඒතර ලකුණු හම්බ වෙන්නේ නැහැ, fail වෙනවා මිස. So it is not allowed, right? Turn it in, and there are, I think, 2-3 other gates as well that you have to go through, right? I think you are aware of, no, cut and paste is not allowed. ඒක දන්නවනේ. නැත්නම් ඉතින් මේ ගාපු ගමන් assignment එක බුක් ගාලා එනවා. ගාලා බලන්න chat GTP දීලා. මට මෙච්චර පුස් ගාලා එයි. right? ඉතින් ඒක වැඩක් නැහැ. chat GPT ඕගොල්ලන්ගේ මැනේජර් ඕගොල්ලන්ගේ ප්‍රශ්නයක් කරනකොට chat GTP එකෙන් අහන්නද කියන්නේ? chat GTP and other AI sources are there as the last resort. Do you understand? Last resort means for you to get an idea. Do you understand? So you don't go into those practices. That is not going to. And ChatGPT will never suggest and bring the. Sorry, I didn't get you. So wrong answer, and they will not suggest these companies, no. They might not. It might not know the figures and facts about companies. අනිත් එක ඉතින් අධ්‍යාපනයේ නාමයෙන්වත් ඕක කරන්නේ නැත්නම් ඕකත් දීලා ඉතින් මොකද්ද ඔයගොල්ලෝ එතනට වෙලා තව තේ එකක් බිබිහින්ද කල්වා සීනි දාලා හොඳට මේ කකුල් දෙක උඩ දාගෙන බලන අර මිනිහා මොනක් අපත වැඩක්ද? I mean, you are just, I'm not saying that you would do it, right? I mean, ඕනනම් කරන්න පුළුවන්. And as our friend says that the information might not be correct always, right? So any other question? Yes, we have to give. You have any question? Open forum is open for your questions. So day by day, every day we will be discussing this thing, right? From today. You have to select 2 companies and first select the industry, no? Those who are working can select their own industry. Yes. What is the industry that you are going to select? Fashion and companies? Mason. H&M stands for? Interesting. Okay. You have, yes. You have any industry, right? You have any H&B. Right. The H&B might not know known to be them, no? So you have to just explain. I mean, describe, no? The company. Is there anything that you can't select local one? Say no. Then you can select. Right. Online once again. So now you can relate all the things that we have so far discussed to your assignment. So I've been talking about your role and the bosses, if you are going to be a boss, what kind of responsibilities that will come to your head, right, if you become the head, right, or maybe a lesser manager. At least we are talking about environmental issues. So from next I mean 7 is talking about what? Stakeholder interest, right? So these are certain things that we have to keep in mind as far as the assignment is concerned, right? හැම එකෙම assignment එකට දාන්න පුළුවන්. So far we have discussed different things, no, right? If you take the areas, so can we have a look at the next one? Yes, please have a look at this. I would like you to have a look at rather than me talking. So the butterfly diagram visualizing circular economy. Yes. You have renewables, and this we are talking about circular economy, right? Finite materials. From this side you have stock management, renewables, flow management, right? Then you have yes, please have a look at this is actually the things that we have so far discussed in one picture. Please have a look at this. Where can we start from? Yes. So I would like to start it from this point. Extraction of biochemical feedstock, right? Maybe different waste and things like that, right? Then this is called anaerobic digestion, that is without air, that it is allowed, that is it is set for digestion, and it will be making biogas, right? Then the biosphere is here, that is the entire globe. Regeneration, and you can understand that after we have disposed our waste, this is what happens inside, I mean downside the environment. And regeneration, this will take years and years, not years and years, yes, centuries and centuries, right? Then we are taking yes, farming and collection. It parts, so after this the farming and collection of raw materials like minerals, that we put it to, yes, manufacturing, parts manufacturing, then the product is manufactured in full, then it will go to service just like paper, right? And it will go to a consumer or a user just like another company, or maybe like a technician, right? And yes, please have a look at this. Others, of course, you can understand. Can I say you to first have a look at and ask questions? Right. Take 5 minutes. ඕන දෙයක් අහන්න මේකේ. Yes. Any question that comes to your mind, please? Yes. මේ පැත්ත අපි පෙන්නුම් කරලා දුන්න. So this is the natural environment and this is the impact or the coordination that business has to මේ පැත්තනේ what happens naturally and what you have to do as a business. ඉස්සර කරේ මෙහෙන් ගත්ත මෙහෙන් දැම්ම ඉවරයි. Now we are talking about the circular, not the linear one. ඉස්සර කරේ මොකද්ද? මෙතනින් මේ එන ජෙනරේෂන් එක ටක් ගාලා මෙහෙන් ගත්තා මොනාරි හැදුවා එතනටම තල්ලු කරා. Now it is not possible, right? Please have a look at the other side. Yes. Anything that you want to ask? Things that we have discussed. Yes. Yeah. You can disturb me. I'm talking to the entire crowd, right? Anytime if you want to ask anything on the assignment, right? You have all the freedom, liberty, opportunity for you to ask, right? Yes. Huh? So UN has also occupied, employed this environmental program. You can have a look at that, right? Nature imperative, right? So they are solutions for sustainability, right? This is something important, right? Circularity principles and business models. The mythic vela api katha kare circular economy and something to do with business, right? They are important. Now we have to start circularity principles and business models. Now business model, value proposition, value delivery, value capture. So this is what they have employed for us to know, or for them to explain us the work of what business model. මේ ඒ කියන්නේ ව්‍යාපාර කරන ක්‍රමවිදිය පෙන්නන මේ ආකාරය තමයි මේකේ පෙන්නලා තියෙන්නේ ඒගොල්ලන්ගේ ක්‍රමයට. තව එක්කෙනෙකුට තව විදියට පෙන්වන්න පුළුවන් business model. Now if I just ask what are the business modes, not models, what are the business modes that you can run a business with? Sole proprietorship, partnership, company, what else? Joint venture, yes, franchising. All those can be what? Modes of business. Now here their explanation is what? Models. Now here business model something to do with what? Circular, the principle of circularity. හරිද? එතකොට ඒක නිසා මෙතන මේ ගන්න මොඩල් එක වෙන පොතකදී වෙන තැනකදී ඒක වෙනස් කරන්න පුළුවන්. These are the models that they talk in terms of what? Circularity principles, right? So value proposition, who your customers and what you will offer, right? So my customers are, yes, maybe those who are thirsty and may need a drink. So I offer what? Fruit drink, yes, without preservatives, natural, right? Value delivery, how you will organize the business to deliver on the proposition. So my proposition is what? Business, value proposition, thirsty people who will need a dependable or who will need a natural drink on their way, yes, while they are on work, right? And we will offer what? Natural drink. So value delivery is what? How you will organize the business to deliver on the proposition. How you, yes, organize. What is your HR, what is your marketing, what is your distribution with marketing, what is your research and development, all those things, right? What is your finance, right? Value capture, how the proposition and delivery align to return value back to the business. So you have value proposition and you are delivering. After that, how the proposition and delivery align to return value back to the business. So that is kind of wealth creation, profit making, goodwill, brand, all those are what? After you have the proposition, after you have delivered it, what my company, after you have done both the things, what kind of things, what are the things that I expect in return? Within, I expect what? Return on investment, that is wealth creation. I expect what? Profit. I expect goodwill. I expect brand name. I expect networking. These are the things, no? I expect, yes, more capital loan support from the banks, no? I expect joint ventures. I expect more market share. මම හදපු value proposition එකට මම දුන්න දෙයට මට ලැබෙන්න ඕන. This is the business model that they are talking, right? I don't know whether it is possible to run this one. Yes, I think it's there, no? In the, yes, you can have a look at that, right? Yes, business model innovation. So you have startups, you have business model transformation, you have business model diversification and business model acquisition. හරිද? මේක මේ ඒගොල්ලෝ කියලා දෙන විදියට startup is what? යන්තම් මේ වැඩේ පටන් ගන්න business එක ආරම්භ කරන business startups කියලා දන්නවනේ ඔයගොල්ලෝ, right? Then you have what? Transformation business. Then you have diversification business, acquisition business model. Please have a look at this. So there is no current business model and a new business model is created. There is a current business model that is changed to another business model, right? I have just started my business, right? And I don't have way of doing business specified. I'm just doing here and haphazardly, right? So when there is no current business, I have to start it fresh. So a fresh startup is what? Called startup. Then transformation. I have one business model of my own, but I want to change it to another way, right? Now business model is what? A circular one, right? So you can change it. Then business model diversification. Current business model stays in place and an additional business model is created, right? I have one business model and yes, I create another one so that both can work together. An additional business model is identified, acquired and integrated. I take another one instead of this thing additionally, right? Do you understand? So there are 4 ways that you can handle business model. Circular business models, circular, this is circular business innovation, this is circular business model. Yes, closing, slowing, intensifying, dematerializing. Please have a look at this. Now earlier what we discussed was what? Business model innovation. This is circular business model. First one is closing. Materials and energy is recycled within the system through reuse, remanufacturing, refurbishing and recycling, right? Slowing, the use, this is very clear, no? Paper, you are a newspaper company and we can understand the reuse. You are a newspaper company and you have a, yes, at the same inside the same business, so connected to the same business, you have this toy manufacturing company. Then that you have the pulp made toys, right? Slowing, the use phase of the product is extended through long lasting design, marketing and maintenance and repair. The use phase of the product is extended. මේ මොකක්ද කරන්නේ? මම ප්‍රොඩක්ට් එක හදනවා නොසෑහෙන කාලයක් වැඩේ අල්ලන් ඉන්න. You understand? Just like, okay, if you are into metalware manufacturing, ඔන්නම් තහඩු ටික ගැහුව ගමන් කැඩෙන හදන්නත් පුළුවන්. Or else I can go to a business model that I manufacture what? Right? The use phase of the product is extended through long lasting. The ඉස්සරහට එනේවා ඕගොල්ලන්ට පුළුවන් නෑ ඒක වෙයි. හරි. මම හදනවා cabinets or maybe cupboards, right? What? With thin metal element, then you have to go for what? Reuse, refurbishing, all those things. But if I am to slowing one, then I have to manufacture with what? Thick dimension of metal, so that that they are very long lasting design and marketing. Do you understand? That is second circular business. Intensify. මේ දෙක ඔයගොල්ලෝ බලන්න. There is a snail, no? We all know why that symbol has come there for second. Why? Slow. the use phase of the product is intensified through sharing economy solutions or public transport. What is that? The use phase of the product is intensified through sharing economy solutions or public transport. Can you give me an example? Then dematerializing product utility is provided without hardware through substitution with service and software solutions. So product utility is provided without hardware through substitution. So the product would come yes, with very less amount of what? Materials. This dematerialize, I am talking about not the third one, I am talking about fourth one. හරි. එතකොට ෆ්‍රිජ් එකක් එයි සමහර වෙලාවට yes with much software solutions rather than yes hardware, right? සමහර විට I mean of course you can't have fully sophisticated yes refrigerator without physical apparatus, but it is there. So the things would be ඒ කියන්නේ අර software වලින් control කරන ඒවා වැඩි. Do you understand? And you don't have to go for too much of what? Then fridge එක තියෙනවා. I'm talking about some hypothetical example. Refrigerator is there and you control it from your phone. Just like now you are controlling what? These surveillance, how do you call that? Cameras? Yes, CCTV. Yes, this one, intensifying. The use phase of the product is intensified through sharing economy solutions or public transport. Can you give me an example? So the use phase of product, yes, maybe if it is milk, no, so you can without resorting to your own delivery system, if it is possible, you can make use of public transport, I mean common transportation. Maybe you have couple of companies and they get together and do it, and yes, through sharing economy solutions, that is it. So you might have to come to that kind of intensifying business models that you couple with other companies or other manufacturers that you run the game. Do you understand what I mean? So closing is there, slowing is there, yes, intensifying is there, dematerializing is there. Dematerializing is not possible in full. It is not going to happen, right? Yes, any question from online? Yes. Please have a look at these blended business models. So this is another blended business model is another. Resources taken from the environment and yes, you are constructing a This is a factory, and yes, coming out is yes, you have tabs, you have papers, you have this is what you call tin, right? Then you have phone, then it goes to this one, that is the bin, and yes, it will be used inside the business itself. So that is called what? Blended business model, right? You take certain things and you put outside as dispose as well, but most of the things are being reused inside the business itself. දැනට මේවා හීන වගේ තමයි. Now if you take Tilakavardhan or any yes, what are the other textile industries? Cool Planet. What are the brand names, right? ඒගොල්ලෝගේ ෆැක්ටරියක් තියෙන හදනවා, right? ඒගොල්ලෝ හදනවයි කියලා හිතන්න, they don't manufacture, right? ඊට පස්සේ මේ හදන ඒවා සහ ඒගොල්ලන්ගේ papers මේ මෙතන දාලා ආයි හදනවද ඒගොල්ලෝ? හදනවා නම් අපි assume that Tilakavardhan is manufactured, නෑ. මෙතනින් හැදුවා, මෙතනින් දැම්ම දොට්ට දැම්ම එච්චරයි. Still they are into circular practices, no? But what we are showing is this, right? Okay. Please have a look at this. Blended business models further explain. iPhone, Rolls-Royce, IKEA. Yes. You have to ask me. I am not going to explain this. Huh? Yes. Yes, Rolls-Royce get back the engines and overhaul the engine and produce the new version. This is not happening. I don't know whether it is happening in Rolls-Royce, right? But in the time to come, this should be the paradigm. Otherwise, business can't run. Hari, අනිත් ඒවා අහන්න බලන්න. You have to talk, huh? Otherwise, it is not going to work properly. Are we getting holidays for Christmas? No idea. There should be 1 week, no? When is the Christmas? Is it weekend or weekday? Weekend? Weekday. Then probably we might have the class. Normally they don't declare any week as holiday. OCB, they don't have.
I think we have 2 weeks holiday.
2 weeks?
Yeah, I think on the 21st and the 28th we have holidays.
2 weeks? We might have to have classes at least for 1 week, no? We'll see. Otherwise, it may not be enough for us to. Right. Can we move on to next? What can be the challenges business face when wanting to embrace circular practices? I think they have asked that in your assignment in another way, no? In describe, analyze theories, framework, evaluate lessons learned. Yes, you can put, challenges when your companies are changing from circular to linear. Sorry, it's linear to circular. What are the challenges that they are going to face? Yes, maybe coming in step number 2. Yes. So what can be the challenges? First one is, yes, you can tell. Yeah, what are the challenges? Yeah, the transformational cost. When you are changing from one, the paradigm shift, no? සුසමාදර්ශ වෙනසක්. ඒ කියන්නේ දැන්ට තියෙන ක්‍රමවේදයෙන් වෙන එකකට යනවා කියන්නේ අනිවාර්යයෙන් මෙතන පිරිවැයක් තියෙනවා. There is a cost involved. ඒ කියන්නේ මිනිස්සු ගොඩක්, that's why people don't like to change from one paradigm to another, right? What else? Yes. Other than they are talking about මෙතන මේ කියන්නේ ඔක්කොම නෙමෙයි. They are talking about what? Yes, that is when our company is changing from one paradigm to another, what is the, I don't get the word at once, what is, yes, attitudinal opposition that can be leveled against the company by the employees and other related parties. උදාහරණ, හොඳම උදාහරණය මොකක්ද? When we were shifting from manual to computerized. I don't know whether you experienced. I experienced as a student. During my time, the entire set of companies were shifting from manual to, I think I have spoken on that, no? The people were scared of losing their jobs. Now what happened? After the shift, they are created another set of jobs. People did not lose actually. They are created another set of jobs. Samara jobs then nahi eka hari. In the time to come, certain other jobs will also will be at bail. Even just like what? Surgeons might lose their jobs as doctors. No, robots will come and operate us. Only thing doctors will have to have a look at, and no more pilots are needed in the time to come. Of course, there should be some person or two to look after. So they will not operate the aeroplane anymore, and machines will operate, and the ground people will have a look at. Time to come. So, likewise, there are certain. Why did I select? Yes, from computerized to, so manual to computerized. No cost. Make a cost. There are some legal barriers when you are moving from what? Linear to circular. There could be some, there could be some space problems because you have to occupy more space, right? And what else? There could be certain, people-oriented thing, because we need, there might be more people sometimes will have to be given, employment, so you have to find those people. And there could be some knowledge barriers, knowledge problems as well. We need to find that. Other than that, when the make attitudinal problems will follow. I want to shift from circular. I have a plastic company. I now I have found that for some reason, just like legal requirement, or maybe I myself feel that I should be shifting from what? Yes, linear to circular, because I need to get some standard approved, just like ISO. ඉස්සරහට එනකොට ඔය linear වලින් circular වලට එනකොට standards දෙයි. Then you can show it. So I want to show that I am environmental friendly or environmentally responsible person as a company. So I want to shift from linear to circular. Now what happens? I have certain barriers, challenges, cost, as I told you, knowledge, all those things. Other than that, my set of people, especially the employees, right, will have these attitudinal problems. My people might not know what is this shift all about. So they are ignorant. මොන්නම් මගුලක්ද ඕවා කරන්න ඕනේ නැහැ. මේ තියෙන විදියට කරගෙන යමක් කියලා යට ඉන්න සේවකයෝ කියන්න පුළුවන්, because they are ignorant of that. Then what is this? What is that? Fatalism. Yes, where it is perceived that it is too late to fix the damage caused to the environment. Then you think කරගෙන යන විදිහට then too much damage is done. Denial, where environmental damage is not right. ඕවා වෙන්නේ නැහැ අපි විතරද. That's you deny. Your people ඕවා මහලු කොට හිතන්න ඕනේ නැහැ. ඕවා වෙන්නේ නැහැ. Cynicism. Again, what do you call cynic? නරුමවාදය කියන්නේ, right? Where it is not felt that the individual's action will be to make difference. මම කළා කියලා ඕවා කරා කියලා මට පුළුවන් ද ලෝකේ හදන්න. ඔන්නේ අපිත් ඒ යන විදියට යමු. That's called what? ලංකාවේ තියෙන්නේ මේකනේ. ඔය ඇයි කොලයක් දැරගෙන බිමට දැම්මේ අයියා හොඳ නැහැ. මාමා දැම්මේ නැතුණට තව කී දිනෙත් දානවා. That's called cynicism. එයත් දානවා අනික් අය දානවා කියලා අනිත් අයත් දානවා. That is the nature of a country like Sri Lanka. No? Disinterest, where it is not seen as a individual's problem. You are not interested. Fatigue, where sustainability is viewed as a trend or fad. So, I mean, too much of force is there, and yes, you are fed up with that. So, these are some of the problems that you might encounter when you want to shift from linear to circular, as far as attitudes are concerned. So that is how they have labeled it as. No? This most probably this might appear as an objection from the staff itself. No? Please have a look at it. Yes, can we move on to next? However, consideration of, yes, any question from this one, this slide online? However, consideration of why individuals are not adopting sustainable attitude does not strategically consider how they could be moved to pro-environmental attitudes and behaviors. So, because of social influence, habit formation, individual selves, feelings and recognition, cognition, tangibility. So, it is because of these reasons people will be encouraged to adopt more sustainable because social influence. Habit formation, the people have made it a habit, and you also going from, yes, maybe as a habit. Individual self, people like you have studied, no, Yes, that's feelings and cognition. මේක මේ හැඟීම සහ දැනීම මේ දැනුම. Last one. What is that? This last one, can someone see? What is it? Huh? Yeah, I can't see it. Anyway, that's all right. Think of these challenges in your SLW this week, where you will be asked to use circular business model canvas to right. Okay, so you can anyway think about the challenges that your two companies are going to face. You can add this one as cost is anything anyway possible. Yes, compliance with legal requirements, that is there. Finding, yes, capable people to do that. Yes, maybe you need some space, that is also there, right? Certain challenges, right? So that is the end of that. Yes. So we have discussed a couple of how many lessons that we took for environmental sustainability? 2 or 3? From 4 or 5, I can't remember. How many lessons that we took for environmental sustainability? And maybe if not, of course that is 2. If not 2, that's 3, right? Then මෙතනින් එහා අපි කතා කරන්න යන්නේ yes stakeholder management. Yes, can you remember that we were talking about keeping balance between stakeholders, right? At the very beginning, that ඒ කියන්නේ business එකක් පවත්වගෙන යන්න නම් හරිද අපේ stakeholders ලගේ management එක අපි තියාගන්න ඕනේ. Who are the stakeholders? Different types. Yes. Who are the shareholders, customers, creditors, employees, other agencies, government at large. That is the biggest, right? So ඒ වගෙන් එන influences, ඒ වගෙන් එන concerns, ඒ වගෙන් එන ප්‍රශ්න ගැන බලන්න නැත්තම් sustainability is challenged. And මම පෙන්වන්නේ that say that people were getting to the street and one episode from Cumbio. So sustainability is what? Sustainability is challenged there because we have not taken enough interest in what? Employee satisfaction, no employee needs, whatever it is. Though the situation depicted in that episode is different, some other person is, yes, what do you call, handling, right? Or some other person is puppeteering it, right? That is what is shown in the teledrama. But still, we have to discuss this thing very seriously. I have always been taking this example. I am going to tell you it again, right? When the financial year is over, you are left with profit. So you have to make a decision as to how much of given to employees as bonus and how much of given to shareholders as dividends. So you have to strike a balance, no? අරගොල්ලන්ව සන්තෝෂ කරොත් මේගොල්ලෝ ඉවරයි. එතකොට ස්ටේක් shareholdersලා යනවා යන්න dividends නැත්තම්. උන්ට dividends දීලා යා සේවකයෝ ගැන බැලුවේ නැත්තම් they are dissatisfied, they will not contribute to the production. අරුන්ටමයි දෙන්නේ. ඔයගොල්ලෝ අහලා දැන් ඔයගොල්ලෝ අහලා නැත්තම් ඉස්සරහට ආයි when you are actively working, right? You will hear those things. අර මිනිස්සු බලාගෙන ඉන්නේ නිකන් අම්මගෙන් තාත්තගෙන් ගාන එනවා වගේ ළමයි මට කීයද ඩිවිඩන්ස් එන්නේ කියලා ඒගොල්ලෝ බලන්නේ. ඉතින් ඒගොල්ලන්ට හරියට ඒක යන්නේ නැත්නම් they will go to another, they will sell the company shares and go to another company. That's also problematic. And if you don't pay enough taxes, government will will have legal action on you. So මුන් සේරම එක්ක මේ ගමනේ යන්න වෙලා තියෙන්නේ. ඒ ඔක්කොටම අපන් customers ලා නෝ. So if you don't deliver the quality and durability and all those features of your product or service, whatever it is, yes, customers, because competition is very high. Deogolanta තේරෙනවනේ becoming a CEO or senior manager is not that easy. Yes, maybe little easier than that of handling a troublesome spouse. Troublesome spouse, either husband or wife, is very difficult, because one philosopher has told, I can't remember his name, what's his name, I can't imagine as to how two worlds is living under one roof. What's his name? Who wrote that? Why I am not a Christian? Who wrote that? I can't remember his name. Yes, because husband and wife, no? Yes, two different families, two different education, two different gender, two different value system, two different what else? Financial backgrounds, and two different biological systems, of course, gender, right? And two different maybe sometimes religion, caste, race. So how come that those two live together is a miracle for him? What's his name? I can't remember his name. He has told he has been a single person throughout, right? I don't get. So likewise, it is very difficult to manage stakeholder interests. මං example එකක් දීලාම කිව්වේ ඒකයි. ඉතින් becoming a manager, ඔයගොල්ලන්ගේ නෑ, ඔයගොල්ලෝ manager කෙනෙක් වුණාම, especially when you go up and go to the board, it is very difficult. ඔයගොල්ලන්ගේ යාළුවන්ට managers ලට පේන්නේ කොහොමද වැඩි? අම්මා මාරු නියමයි. දැන් ඉතින් board member නේ, දැන් ඉතින් ඕගොල්ලෝ තමයි දන්නේ. I mean, those who are making would know, no? Now how do you look at a judge? How do you look at a judge? What is the perception that you have towards the judge? පටසිරි නියමයි, ඉතින් මේ මිනිහම full අතන සිංහයා වගේ ඉන්නවා, අහනවා මේ ප්‍රශ්න අහනවා, ගෙදර ගියාම ඔක්කොම වැඩ ටික කියලා. Of course, right? You have servants, you have all the bills are settled by the government, and you have police protection. හැබැයි මනුස්සයර කරන්න තියෙන වැඩ, always you have to listen to your side, this side, that side. මොන කරුමයක්ද? Have you ever thought of a role of a judge? හිතෙන්නේ නිකන් හරි මාර ලස්සනයි කියලා. ලස්සනක් ඇති පොඩි, අපි නෑ කියන්නේ, but think of the serious nature that he has to take every day. ගිහලා අහන්න තියෙන්නේ මොනවද? තව කෙනෙක් disputes, no? Do you think that is any ඊට පස්සේ ලියන්න ඕන? You have to write the judgment, no? As to how you arrive at this judgment. Do you think an easy one? I have my friends. I don't think that they have a lovely life. Somehow they have to have some livelihood, no? I don't think. But recognition is very high, yes. අපි යනවා වගේ නෙමෙයි ජජ් කෙනෙක් යනකොට. Everybody will have some kind of respect. ඒවා තියෙනවා. හැබැයි ඒකට විමනුෂ්‍ය විඳින දුක. අන්න ඒ වගේ තමයි stakeholder management. Do you understand? Right? Not an easy thing. Yes, last week we talked about CSR. We talked about CSR as well. Can a corporation social responsibilities be discussed? and we discuss environmental issues. Yes. Yes, please have a look at this. Freeman, in opposition to shareholder or stakeholder theory, firm which was prevalent in management thinking. Yes. So he adapted this management thinking opposition to shareholder theory. Yes, the main starting point is the claim that corporations are not simply managed in the interest of their shareholders alone. I have spoken enough, no? But there is a whole range of groups stakeholders. Earlier it was only, yes, I have spoken on 1,000 times, right? Yes, maybe decades ago it was only shareholders. අපි ටික සල්ලි දැම්මා, අපි ටික බිස්නස් එකක් කරා, එච්චරයි. අපි ටිකට තමයි ඔක්කොම. Okay, අපි කියන විදිහට ඉන්නවා. Now the management thinking is different because even the employees are what? Yes, stakeholders. Stakeholders are anyone who can affected by the achievement of කවුරු මේ stakeholders කියන්නේ කාගේ හරි ක්‍රියාවකින් කම්පැනියට බලපෑමක් කරන්න පුළුවන් හෝ කම්පැනි ක්‍රියාවකින් යම් කිසි පාර්ශවයකට බලපෑමක් වෙන්න පුළුවන් නම් ඒ සියලුම පාර්ශවයන්ට අපි මොකක්ද කියන්නේ? Stakeholders, right? Sorry, I didn't get it. No, the philosopher. No, philosopher is a British man, if I'm not mistaken, who wrote Why I'm Not a Christian. I don't get that once. No, he's a very famous one. Yeah.
That novel called The Hate You Give.
Huh?
The Hate You Give.
The
Hate
Yeah.
You Give.
No. What's his name? He just like Francis Bacon. Now there's a very well known name. No, I can't remember his name. Yeah, he has told that two different worlds. How come two different worlds live under one roof peacefully? Well, who wrote Why I Am Not a Christian? The book.
It says, I can't understand how two worlds can live in one house and even speak to each other. From the novel?
No. Just no. That's something else. I'm talking about this explanation. Just ask who wrote Why I'm Not a Christian, who wrote the book. Because he has been a free thinker. That's the thing. Yes, what's his name? Bertrand Russell. Yeah. He has been a free thinker, so I think he gave up his religion as a Christian and he wrote a book. I am not a Christian. He has his own this thing because he has lived as a free thinker. So that's why I told you some free thinkers are remarkable. No, religious persons are good. You can't ignore the contribution that has been made by free thinkers as well to the world. Even today. Right? Now, according to Buddhism, whether you are a free thinker or Buddhist or non-Buddhist or whatever it is, if you follow the 5 precepts, you will be born as in a most probably you will be born in a good place, maybe like in a heaven, because you don't commit sins. That's the thing, no? If you don't commit sins, and now this is the teachings of the Buddha, right? So even if you are a free thinker, you don't follow the Buddhist pathway, and if you follow the 5 precepts, I mean, if you If you don't kill, you don't steal, you don't commit sexual misconduct, you don't talk falsehood, and you are not intoxicated, and you do some generosity, most probably you will be born in a good abode, right? So the free thinkers are better than some of the religious followers. So how many Buddhists, how many Christians, how many yes, Muslims and Hindus there are there, they worship the statues but no values. Definitely will be born in hell. The religious masters will never, yes, save you from being born in bad places. I mean, how do you call, not bad, how do you call ill places, vicious places, right? Okay, so something to do with religious teachings. So Bertrand Russell is a good man to follow. That even Osho from India, who are the recent people? Yes, that's there. Yes, can we have a look at these are also good that made the, these are also some kind of philosophical people, but they have talked only on business matters. Yes, Memo, yes, Freeman, Evan and Freeman, Hill and Jones. So they have given their explanation as to what do you mean by the word stakeholder. Please have a look at this. This philosophical thinking is important. So just like now if I ask you to define what do you mean by the word marriage, you will give different explanation, no? Same as what? This one, no? Some people would say, no, marriage is, yes, something like that. That is to share your sexual relationship in a decent way. Something, yes, that is giving up your freedom that you have been enjoying so far. Some people, that is different explanations, no? Some people might say, oh, this is the time that you get into the sansaric journey that you have been having from last birth. Some people different, stakeholders, the word has been given different names, different definitions by different masters. Yeah. Music කියන්නේ මොකද්ද? ආදරය කියන්නේ මොකද්ද කියලා ඇහුවොත් එක එක අයට තියෙනවනේ ඒ වගේ තමයි මේකත්. Right? So you can ඉතින් මේව කඩපාඩම් කරන්න ඕනේ නැහැ. But the earlier one would be better one, not the others are bad. Any party that can affect the business operations and that can get affected by is a stakeholder. No? Yes, any question from online, please? I'm not going to dictate all these things. Right? Depending on the firm in order to achieve their personal goals and on whom the firm is depending on. යම් කිසි පාර්ශවයක් තමන්ගේ පරමාර්ථ ඉෂ්ට කරගන්න පිණිස ආයතනේ නැත්තම් සමාගම මත යැපෙන්නේ හෝ සමාගම සිය මොනවද පරමාර්ථ ඉෂ්ට කරගන්න පිණිස වෙනත් පාර්ශවයක් මත යැපෙන්නේ නම් ඒ සියලු පාර්ශවයන්ට මොකද්ද ස්ටේක් හෝල්ඩර්ස්ලයි කියනු ලැබේ. එච්චරයි. ඉතින් ඔය විදිහට දාන්න පුළුවන්, right? So here actually the stakeholder story should be addressed satisfactorily in your assignment. No, that is coming. Every lesson, this is our main story, no, right? About the මේක ගොඩ දා ගැනීමේ හේතුවෙන් ඔයගොල්ලෝ මේ subject එක කරන්න එපා. I have talked that, right? A lot. මේක ඔයගොල්ලන්ට කොට දාන්න පුළුවන්. ඔයගොල්ලෝ ඉන්නේ මේක කොට දාගන්න විතරක් නම් ඔය රෙකෝඩඩ් version එක පොඩ්ඩක් අහලා කුඩු කුඩු ගෑවම මොකක් හරි ඔයගොල්ලෝ ලකුණු හම්බ වෙයි. right? Do you understand what I mean? ඒක කරන්න එපා. ඒක තේරුමක් නෑ කරන්න. That is not education. No. Where does it you mean literature? No, I'm not talking about literature. Is your business. No, they're talking. Right. Yeah. Correct. Yes. In number 2, no? Yeah. Yes. So this is not related to any company that you have selected, right? So this is in general. And you are supposed to talk stakeholder activity with regard to the 2 companies that you have selected. That has to be done, yes, maybe under analysis. Do you understand? Right. This is in general. This is in general, and this is with regard to what? The companies, 2 companies that you have selected, right? So traditional view of the firm is like this. We all know shareholders give and take, suppliers give, employees give, customers they take value from. Stakeholder model, all give and take. That is it, no? That's why they are called. Maybe this is very structured linear thinking. අපි දෙනවා අපිට ලැබෙනවා. Right? Suppliers ලකින් දෙනවා. Employees ලත් ශ්‍රමය දෙනවනේ. ලැබෙන එකක් ගැන හිතර කතා කරලා නැහැ ඉස්සර. Right? Customers ලා අපෙන් ගන්නවා බඩු ගන්න ඔච්චරනේ. මෙයා දෙනවා. මෙයා දෙනවා බාණ්ඩ. මෙයා දෙනවා ශ්‍රමය. මෙයා දෙනවා සල්ලි. එයාට අපි පොඩ්ඩක් සල්ලි දෙන්න ඉඳලා දෙනවා. මෙයාටත් ඉතින් දෙනවා ඒක දාලා නැහැ. Customers ලාට අපි දෙනවා profit එකක් ගන්න. But now the situation is very different. All give and take. Okay. Then can we stop here? I'm tired. I know that you are well prepared to listen to me even for another 1 hour, right? So we might think of having why? I don't know whether my judgment is incorrect. Had we have some other areas like much more interested, I would have dragged this. But I love in areas like psychology and human behavior. That's why, yes, this kind of technical things, even people don't like that much. There is a limitation that you can absorb. No? Okay. So can we stop here and start from next week? So you say 21st, right? 21st and 28th. Today is 7 and we have 14th. Oh my goodness. Only next week. Is that it? Huh? Yeah. Only 2 more weeks to go. then we have to expedite. We'll expedite it, no problem. How many lessons to cover? Can you please check how many lessons? 1 week from January and 1 week from. We might, yes, with their permission, we might take one, because we didn't have the first week full access, no, because of the disturbance. So I might get the approval and let's get at least 21st. We'll have the class, no? That is before Christmas. No? How many lessons to cover? This is 7th, 8th, 9th. We have 10th as well. I will inform, right? Don't most of it, ready? Yes. I think we have, if not 10, 9 lessons. We might get one more class, right? Not that I can't cover it within 2 weeks, but we need some discussion thing, and we can discuss more on assignment as you know. So please come with your and the other companies right? And please come with all the problems that you have. Yes, next week I can take maybe half an hour so that we can discuss a lot on the assignment. And if you have found it difficult finding companies, I mean, not that I'm going to say this, but you can come with all those problems as well. Okay, next week 8:10. Thank you very much for your time. Right, thank you online as well.
Thank you, sir.
Right.
Thank you, sir.
Right, okay.